as you can see on the screen, although I'm kind of in the way of it, aren't I? If I just... can I... Wait, hang on, I need to make this bigger. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? If I get rid of that, and then I get rid of you, and that. Wonderful. Now you can see the league table in full, can't you? Well, this is one of my gripes of the game. It only shows us 14 teams at the moment. This has to change. This has to show the full 24 at some point. It has to. Otherwise, I don't know. I will get very cross or something like that. But we are currently 7th in the table, as you can see. And we have conceded 24 goals, which is not very good. Now, we might be scoring plenty, but 24 conceded is not good. If we compare that to teams down in the relegation zone, I mean, it's as bad as West Brom, who are conceding 25 goals. I mean, you've got teams down here like Swansea who have conceded less than us. In fact, most teams have conceded less than us. We are pretty bad when it comes to goals against. So we have to fix that. We have to fix that as we go forward in the stream. Okay. As for the recent fixtures, we've been getting decent results, as you can see. It's just that we very rarely keep clean sheets. Very rarely keep clean sheets. In fact, by the looks of things, we've only kept 2 all season, Stoke and West Brom. In fact, that's genuinely it. That's genuinely the only clean sheets that we've kept, Stoke and West Brom here. That's not good enough. We need to keep more clean sheets. Now, part of this issue might be to do with the keeper. Now, we've currently got John McLaughlin in goal, who's the backup goalkeeper. He's 38 years old. He's not fantastic, really. He's currently in goal on the grounds that our current goalkeeper, Solbrun, is actually just coming back from injury. He's literally just got back from an injury here. If we look at his personal... Is it under personal or is it under performance? Must be under performance fitness. If we look at his injury history... Yeah, he's just come back here from a fractured finger in a match when he caught the ball against Ipswich. Out for 2 weeks with the specialist. He's back now, which is all right. So we'll get him back in this first team for the upcoming game. So before I forget to do that, Solbrun, on you come. However, he's not the greatest goalkeeper in the world. He's a decent championship player, but we need something better than that, don't we? Probably. We could do with someone who's a little bit taller, because he is 193 centimetres. Not small at all, it's my height. But I could do with someone a bit taller and just slightly better in a lot of areas. So we'll have to look for that as we head into the January transfer window. I also think we need to get some better centre-backs in there as well. We could also do with a couple of right-back maybe coming in as well. We do have one right-back who's pretty decent in Connor Britton, but I don't think Luke Ayling's a good backup, and Britton is out for another 2 months. So that's something we need to think about going forwards. We have a lot of attackers. We need to get rid of some attackers as well to maybe make up for that as well, potentially. So I think we need to focus on signing a couple more defensively minded players. We could also look to try and make a few little tweaks tactically as well. If we look at our team instructions and we look at out of possession, we're not a particularly fast team. We don't have pacey defenders. So I think maybe this being on this higher line is maybe doing us more harm than good. So I think the first thing I want to do is drop to a more standard line, because our centre-backs are not particularly pacey, and there is a lot of pace in the Championship as well. That is something that we need to sort of understand and do better with. So I want to drop that defensive line a little bit. I want to keep the high press though. We want to win the ball high up the pitch quite quickly. And I think we should maybe get stuck in on tackling a little bit more. Maybe that's one way that we can stop players from getting past our defenders. If we just put a crunching challenge in, it might be okay. I also want to try and trap players on the outside. We actually have some big, they're not very fast, but they are big centre-backs. So we can force players out wide, get people to deliver crosses into the middle, then that might be a way that we manage to concede less goals by forcing teams to play one way that suits us quite nicely. And this cross engagement as well as invite crosses in the wide areas. That's what we're going to try and do, I think. The only thing that maybe makes me think we shouldn't be doing this is low crosses do seem to be quite powerful, at least on the attacking end for us. We score a lot of that. So maybe let's just leave it unbalanced for now. Let's see if other things work to try and keep a few more clean sheets. But defensively, that's something we want to try and do here. So in possession, 4-2-3-1. Out of possession, more of a 4-4-1-1 kind of thing that we've got going on there. Strelic and Robertoni as the outlets. We've got pressers and screeners in the midfield to try and stop the defence. I mean, maybe potentially we just get 2 screeners in there as well. And maybe potentially we convert one of them to a wide covering midfielder. If we're going to play and try and force players out wide, maybe we have wide covering midfielders. I won't try and change that too much yet. We won't try and change too much just yet. But it's options for us to think about. Options for us to think about. So we'll do that. But we also do have, of course, the player recruitment focuses. And we've got people looking all over the place for different players. We've definitely got a goalkeeper that we're looking for. That's something that we need to look for. I think I may have just forgot to yeah, this is centre-backs, I think, here, potentially. Oh, no, it's not actually, is it? Centre-back. Next. They need to be good. And I'll make it a top priority as well. And we're going to do just Europe. We'll change that. Confirm. Can we change the name? CBs. Confirm. So there we go. We're looking for centre-backs as a top priority. We're looking for goalkeepers as well. That will come through as well. They're being scouted out nicely. All over Europe as well, actually. So fingers crossed we find someone good. Turn off counter press seemed to help me. You reckon counter press is something that is being a bit of a difficulty? Okay. Never sits well with me to invite crossers. They should rename it Ask for Trouble. I like that, Mark. I mean, you could be right. We could be right. Let's see how we do in this first game with these changes. But if it doesn't work, we'll go back to more balanced and we'll turn off counter press. Because that could be something. So another YouTuber played 2 cams instead of wingers and this worked really well given the fullback space and the cam getting into scoring positions. All sorts we can think about then, tactically. All sorts we can think about. Find clean sheets so hard, conceded goals that are just through balls. I can't defend, doesn't matter what I'm doing with my lines. There's got to be a way to do it. We're going to try and find it. We're going to try and find it. What team to support? I'm Lincoln City in reality, but we are playing with Middlesbrough here today, obviously. Signed Donny Draper. You mean Freddie Draper? We could do. We don't need strikers right now, though. We're doing pretty well for goal scoring. One of the highest scorers in the league. It's just defensively we need to get better. Defensively, we need to shore things up a little bit. So Tommy Conway is upset that he's not getting enough first team football. I mean, there's an argument to say we should be playing him more. He's got 3 goals in... actually, it's not that impressive, is it? I think 2 of them came in the same game. 3 goals, 2 assists in 2 starts and 6 substitute appearances isn't bad. Maybe we should give him a bit more game time, to be fair. Discuss issue with Conway. You haven't seen yourself around the place, what's up? I want to go on loan. I'm going to start you in cup competitions. Stop messing me around. Either play me regularly or let me go on loan. Ooh. I do want to keep him. So I'm going to promise him that I'm going to give him the game time that he wants. Thing is, with Falcao in front of you, I don't know who he thinks he is, thinking he can get in the team ahead of Falcao. And Strelic to an extent, but Falcao mostly, right? But he has proved himself from time to time. So we should maybe give him the opportunity. I think there's also a heads up about someone else there as well. A heads up about Kali Sene, who wants to... That's Tommy still. Sorry, Kali Sene. Wants a permanent move away from the club. I want to go on loan to help secure a permanent move away from the club. I'll be honest, I'd be happy to get rid of you right now. So I think for you, we're going to just threaten him and say, let's get you going now. Great, looks like I'm leaving then. Right, we can try and sell him in January. And fingers crossed, that works out nicely. Lenahan left out by Ireland again. Again, it's a 31-year-old centre that we've got at the club. Has played international football, but I think it's someone that we need to look to replace. I think the back line is the weakest area for us, in my opinion. Conway, such a good pressing number 9. Okay, that's someone to maybe use then. Middlesbrough, I think, second in real life. Did someone say in the chat earlier on, did I see? Falcao experiment isn't working, says Sean. I'm going to make it work. He's obviously not starting right this second. He's on the bench, though, is Falcao. I mean, three goals in 2 starts and 8. He's good off the bench, I'd say. He's good off the bench. I'll give him that. Scores a goal 33% of the time. Probably. We are aiming for promotion. Yes, we are. We're aiming for promotion. Another scout. Oh, we've got our next load of scouts coming in here. So Budimir is joining us. Accept that. This scout called Leonardo Gabanini is also set to sign for us. And the scout from Japan, Tamura, is here as well. The chief scout will sort out their scouting recruitment focuses to start off with. But it'll be interesting to get these guys coming through with plenty of information for us. Send on intensive language course, send on intensive language course, send on intensive language course, and also recommend a signing. Recommend a signing. Recommend a signing. That'll be handy. If they recommend me like some really good players, that'd be great. That would make life way easier for me. Right, so the first game of today's stream, we're against Birmingham City. Who do we want to be playing in this team? We've got to play Ayling because Britton is injured for 2 months, although he's a little bit tired. I don't think we've really got another right back. No, it's just Callum Britton and, no one else can kind of play right back. So that's an area we should be addressing at some point. We're 7th in the table right now. It's not looking bad for us. Fry and Lenihan are a nice little partnership at the moment. We do need to get maybe Jones playing a game, so we'll bring Jones in for this one instead of Lenihan. Target on the bench as Neto Borges is starting. He's been very, very good for us. Morris and Hackey in the middle is good. Whittaker on the right. McGree on the left. He's just coming back from a big injury. So I'll tell you what, Tom Conway, you start on the left-hand side. Let's see what you can do. You don't really like being a winger, but we're going to make you do it for this game. Robertone behind Strelic. Looks like a pretty good team to me, especially with Solbrin back as well. Everyone else, I don't really care too much about, so that's all right. Sweet, go to the match. Let's look for a first win then. Let's look for a first win. And crucially, a clean sheet. Address for team. We are at home today as well, so I'm going to say stick to the plan. To really try and hammer home to them, the plan is keep a clean sheet. And David Strelic lost focus with that. Okay, well that's not good, is it? You don't need a striker losing focus in a situation like that. So Birmingham, where are they in the table actually? I cannot remember. We'll have a look in a second when the league table comes up here. We are 7th, as you can see. Wonderful. Birmingham are 15th. So a little bit further down the table than we are. We should have a nice little points gap to them by this point as well. So I think if we kick off, we should be good. Kick-off highlight is not catching me out these days. It caught me out for the first week or so of playing Football Manager 26, and now I'm used to the kick-off highlights there as well. Change Conway to a wide forward role, please, Tom. Look, we'll think about that shortly. Wingers work very well so far. I know he doesn't like it too much, but we'll give it a go. Newman into the middle, cleared. And now, Birmingham got a chance to come back towards us early on in this game. We need to stop this attack straight away. I mean, if we concede a goal 5 minutes in here, it's not a very good indication that our tactical tweaks have worked. Birmingham in a corner there. I think the deflection takes that off the pitch before Solbring got there. So the corner coming in on this near side at the Riverside Stadium. We need to defend this well. And they seem to overload us there at the far post. Maybe we need to try and tweak something tactically to stop that in the set-piece tactics. But we'll see if that persists. If they have more chances from corners like that, that's something we need to look to change a little bit. Because that did seem like there were 3 players almost wide open at the far post there. Sadly, we don't seem to be doing too well in this game. 4 shots against in the first 15 minutes, 1 shot for us. We are down in possession as well, which is unusual for us, I will say. We don't normally have situations like this. Normally, we're the team very much in possession. But Birmingham are coming to our stadium today and looking to dominate the match. They are all over us right now. And this is not looking like a good start to the stream, as Birmingham once again look to come down this near side of the pitch. They are blocked off for now, though. And we are stopping them coming through the middle. We've not seen them come through the middle just yet. They are having to go out wide and take long distance shots, which Solbren couldn't catch. Had to put that one over the crossbar, and it's another corner, so this will be a good chance to see if they're ganging up us at the far post. It doesn't look like it from this angle. Looks like there's just one player at the far post, so this one is going a bit more central over the crossbar. That's fine. How does Šeško develop it after 3 or 4 seasons? Not sure, not got that far yet. It will depend on a lot of factors, I'm sure. Some says he'll be great, some says he won't be, I'm sure. Managing Vitesse, and they've got them out of minus 12 points onto 7 points, but my God, it's hard as hell. Are you off the bottom of the table yet? How far into the season are you with that? It's a very difficult start to the season with those minus 12 points. I kind of hope as well that there's an update that puts the minus 12 points to Sheffield Wednesday too, because that would be a very interesting start. That would be really good. People keep saying the mic's low. I'll turn it up a little bit, but I feel like we are at the same level as usual. Good save there from Solbren. Yet to see a highlight in our favour, which is very... God, the match stats are really concerning. I mean, I guess we're doing a good job out of possession because we haven't really seen Birmingham have a good clear-cut opportunity at all. And as we approach half-time, we are still drawing, but the match stats would suggest we should not be. We should not be. In November, I'm fighting VVV Venlo at the moment. Got beat 4-1. Shocking for me. That's not good enough. It's not good enough, fella. You've got to do better than that. Right, we simply have to be better in front of goal. We have to start hitting the target more. And that switched off Strelic and Robertone. I think they've got to come off in a couple of minutes' time. I think we'll give them 10 minutes at the start of the second half. But if it's not working, Conway goes up front and maybe we bring someone else on. This version of FM looks a bit harder than the other ones. I think it's just because the tactics are so different now with it in and out of possession. And it's just going to take a lot of learning to try and understand how it all properly works, what works best. I've not found any consistency just yet. But so far, this plan to try and push Birmingham out wide is working quite well for us. I mean, watch them now score after they get past the number 12. Yeah, there we go. Demarai Gray breaks the deadlock. RIP. What made you choose Middlesbrough, by the way? We did like a whole thing on Twitter going through all the teams in the Football League, and people were commenting and voting for which teams would be eliminated from everything, and the team that ended up on top at the end was Middlesbrough. So people wanted to see Middlesbrough. I mean, that feels more like an individual error, if I'm honest with you. Number 12. Luke Ayling, we did say he's probably the weak link in the defence at the moment, and he has been beaten there completely. Right. Let's drop into a full-back for now, because clearly whatever we're doing isn't working too well. Conway's going to go up top. Strelic's going to come off here for... We'll bring Bangor on, because McGree just isn't quite fit or healthy enough for this game at the moment. Robertone is going to come off as well for Naipan. I think it's time to bring Pjanic on as well as that sort of playmaker instead. We just haven't got defensive options, have we? Lenihan looks motivated. Could bring him on for Fry. Make him a left centre-back. Confirm these changes. Is Shitty Gel in this FM? I wish he is. I hope he is. No confirmation, but I hope he is. Right. We still aren't creating many more opportunities, despite changing a few personnel. I think the instructions have to change here a little bit. Let's up the tempo a little bit. Playing through the press isn't working, so let's try and bypass the press instead. And maybe let's go long with some goal kicks instead. And distribute towards a target forward. We've got some big guys up top, haven't we? Low crosses. We need a few more shots, so let's just not discourage shots from distance. Go down the flanks, which is good. Let's try that for a little change, shall we? And see if that works out for us. And straight away, we seem to have a bit of a highlight here as Naipan and Bangura combine. They do pass it backwards to netted ball, but we are now going forwards with the ball. Bangura finds a great ball through towards Naipan in the penalty area. Go on, fella. He's done it! Against the run of play. Immediately we make an impact there on the game. I don't think my tactical changes have actually come into play yet. It does say in the top left changes. Yeah. So that wasn't really me, to be fair. It wasn't really me. But I guess it was me because I made the tactics to start off with at the start of the game. So, yeah, it must be something. But now we need to push on. Now we need to push on and try and grab ourselves a second goal here to claim all 3 points. With Birmingham down in the bottom half of the table, this really should be a game that we have to be winning, really. But with 15 to go, let's go to attacking. Let's go to attacking and see if that makes much of a difference at all. In the meantime, it's Birmingham now on the edge of our own penalty area. There's Iwata. Uses Olivan back to Iwata. We're forcing them backwards though. We're not letting them through the middle of the pitch. Again, they're having to be forced out wide. Exactly the way we want these things to be played. But it's a combination of Whittaker and Ayling just not doing anything. And we've been let off there. Whittaker and Ayling just absolutely stood off their men, let them go through, and it's actually come off a player on the line to defend that. But on the counter now, which I thought we were going to go on, it's not quite worked out that way, sadly. 10 minutes to go. We picked Borough. There was a huge voting process on Twitter, and Borough came out on top. Ayling with the throw then, 9 minutes to go. Finds Morris. Morris goes back to Ayling. Got a bit of space to run into. Decides not really to run into that space. And goes with a long ball to Whittaker. You've got to cross this. You've got to cross this. And Conway's there, but it's a disallowed goal. RIP. I don't know who was offside there. It's not shown as the replay. Look, maybe Conway's too fast. Maybe Conway's too fast there. Someone slower is Falcao. Let's bring him on. Pjanic and Falcao to combine on the pitch here, surely. We've got 5 minutes to go in this game. Birmingham now looking forwards. We've won possession back. Bangura goes for a long ball over the top. Now we need someone with pace. Tom Conway would have been a good option here. But instead, Falcao does it. The Colombian with a bit of magic. And here he is, dancing away. Oh, I love it. A fine strike by Radamel Falcao. Their counter was executed with almost perfect surgical precision. That's a really good ball as well, to be fair. At this point, I was panicking. He's got like 8 pace now, maybe even 7 pace. It may have dropped off a little bit. If it was Tommy Conway, he would have beaten the defenders with pace easily, but Falcao has got the finishing and composure. Not bad at all. And most of those goals have come off the bench as well. Do you genuinely enjoy the game? I can't seem to get into it. I've been playing since 2011. Actually, I've really enjoyed it so far. There are elements that are frustrating, definitely, but I am enjoying it. Any defenders, tall ones you'd recommend, Tom? I've not actually signed any defenders yet in any save that I've got, so I won't be able to tell you. But we're going to try and sign some this January, so when we get there, I'll update you. This really was a smash and grab then. 5 shots to 21. Birmingham with almost a 2xG. We've got 0.65. Yeah, we've played the game well there, I think. Soaked up a lot of pressure defensively. And maybe these tactical tweaks that we made are working. We didn't keep the clean sheet there, but to concede 21 shots and only have 1 goal against is pretty impressive there. I'll take that. So maybe these tactical changes have worked out a little bit. We need another game to test that out, I reckon. Personally, we've got international break up next though, so we've got 2 weeks before any games are being played. It keeps us in 7th place right now. Leicester did lose though. They're down to 5th. They were top of the table for a long time. That's their 5th game in a row they've not won now, which is pretty poor for them. Norwich moved up to 2nd place instead. Preston take the lead at the top of the table by a point after they beat Millwall 2. It's tight. It's tight in the top. It's crazy. I mean, the top 8 may be starting to just get away from the teams below a little bit. Watford and Southampton potentially bridging that gap just a little bit. But the top 8 are starting to get away, and we've got to keep up with that pace. If we start dropping off that pace, it's going to be difficult to get back in there. We want to be at least playoffs by the end of the season, so not bad. You can't just set up the leagues anymore without having a good setup and the players that fit it. I think you're probably right. I think the tactics are a lot more important now. How do you find side preference like left favouring centre-backs? Normally just I'll look for like a left-footed defender or right-footed defender. That's generally how I would try and find it, to be fair. David, thank you very much for becoming a channel member. You love to see it. It's good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Player targets and promise updates. So who have we made promises to? Hackney wants to be a midfield playmaker. Well, he's playing as a deep line playmaker, but clearly that's not good enough for him because he's not very happy. And Conway obviously wants his extra playing time, which he shouldn't really be getting based on what we saw in that previous game. However, he might get that game time because Lucas Robertone sustained a sports hernia following a strong challenge in training and is going to be out for 5 weeks now. That is frustrating because the man we signed for £4 million in summer has been really good for us so far. In 11 starts, 5 goals, 3 assists, a 7.15 average rating. Wow. 2 player of the matches in that time as well. That's frustrating. We are going to be missing him, I think, a little bit. Mentoring is still a thing. Falcao actually could be the mentor, to be fair. We'll still be in the job by Christmas, I reckon. We'll still be there. We're doing well enough. Shocked how Sheffield United are in the relegation spots. And Wednesday are doing really well too, actually. They're right at there in the top end of the table. But Wednesday are down there. In real life and in the game. Bonjour, hello. I've played 20 hours of the game. Some parts of the menu are not easy to find, but I love the game. I think the more I'm playing it, the more I'm realising it's got such good building blocks and foundations and things like that. And, you know, there's certain elements, like I saw Jack pointing out on Twitter earlier on, like, for example, let's find him, shall we? Tommy Conway here. If we go on to his performance, look, like this kind of thing is really quite good. Like the agreed playing time highlighted in the white dots is a regular starter, but he's underneath that and he's quite unhappy. Like it's just little elements like that that are really quite good. I quite like this screen as a performance screen. I quite like this. Like this feels like quite a nicely well-made screen kind of thing. It's just that not every screen is made like this. As I keep saying, the biggest gripe for me is the league table. This is the worst design screen that they've got currently, and arguably one of the most important. I don't like having to scroll. It just doesn't seem right to me, but there we go. Do you look at chat on YouTube or just Twitch? Both, mate. I've got both here. Both is all set up. Reply to people on both. How long we stream for? We'll probably go for it's about 10 o'clock UK time tonight, I'd say. So we've got a couple hours to go. Hackney's promising not being next to a CDM, not a CM. Oh, I see. Well, he's going to have to deal with it because we can't play with CMs because it wasn't working for us. So he's going to be very upset with me. Very upset. Wonder if they've toned down the Saudi transfers. They've sold 2-3 Sunderland players from the Championship for at least 20 million each on FM24. I'm not sure, actually. I haven't seen any Saudi transfers so far. But hopefully we get a big bid coming in for one of our players. Covert, thanks for the sub over on Twitch. Much appreciated. We are still in talks for a takeover. As you can see, we've got minus 7.5 million now. The money is running out very quickly. And there is still a consortium backed by Glenn Henderson and Trevor Bull. Now, are they real people? If I search Glenn Henderson. Glenn Henderson is the former chairman of York City. Interesting. It doesn't look like he's a great person, though. Because he tried not to sell to the club supporters trust. Interesting. Well, if any York fans are in the chat, is Glenn Henderson a good person or not? Trevor Bull. That feels like a name that I've recognise. Trevor Bull. Chairman at Scarborough Athletic Football Club. Insane. Oh yeah, and in the chat as well, Scarborough Athletic. That's insane. I appreciate them for coming in to try and, try and take over the club kind of thing. But if you're the owner of Scarborough and York, I don't really think you've got the Middlesbrough money that we need to get to the Premier League, if I'm honest. When Lawrence Looney is fronting a rival group. I mean, it's good we've got multiple groups. I mean, this surely means that we're going to get this takeover right. The Middlesbrough board have placed an embargo on transfers. Okay, so this really is, like, happening now. It's not just rumour and hearsay. It really is happening. Lawrence Looney. Is he a real person? Scarborough and York are rivals. I mean, even better. Lawrence Looney is the owner of Altrincham. I really don't think these guys have got the money that we need. I'm a little bit concerned, chat. I'll be honest with you, I don't really feel too overly confident about how deep their pockets are. You know, when we first saw these rumours of a takeover, I was expecting, I was really hoping for a foreign dictator, if I'm honest with you. Someone who's just got more money than sense and can just keep printing it. I was really hoping for that. I'm not overly confident about Scarborough, York and Altrincham owners. I mean, what do I know? Maybe they are billionaires. I don't know their wealth. But the more zeros they've got in their bank account, that would be nice. Get Ryan Reynolds to take over, if only. If only. How long until January? We're on the 17th of November right now, so a little while, a month and a half. A month and a half to go. We might get there by the end of this stream, potentially. Depends how quickly we go. Why is the C in Altrincham pronounced like a G? Altrincham. I mean, I'm just saying it how it kind of sounds to me. I don't know if there's actually a rule about it. Maybe chat will know better than me. Because I'm just, famously can't pronounce things correctly anyway, so we won't go into that too much. Any more news on a potential takeover? No. Yeah, it does go quicker, and the fact you don't have to just go through your messages all the time. I actually prefer not having to go through my messages. I don't really feel like I'm missing anything, if I'm honest with you. I quite just going quite quickly. People tend to skip letters out in England when something is a bit of a mouthful. That is true. Red Dirt HD says I'm saying it right, but now I'm panicking about which way I say it. I'm not quite sure where I normally say it now. Altrincham. 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 I think I say Altrincham. Altrincham. I think I say it that way. I'm pretty sure. Macclesfield want Middlesbrough's James Wilson, who's a decent Enterprise National League player, on loan. You're National League North? National League North. Yeah, why not? Go on, fella. Play some football for Macclesfield. Right, Oxford United, who are actually having a very good start to the season. They are 6th in the Championships. They're above us in the table, are Oxford. Robertoni is injured, though, so I think we're going to move Strelic behind the striker in the number 10 role. And then we'll bring on, to make him happy, because he's just whining at me all the time, Conway as the striker instead. He prefers being a striker, doesn't he? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Strelic can go behind the striker then. And then we need to get Rob Tony off the pitch for... We're going to bring McGree on, that left-hand side. See how he does. And then we can bring on someone like... Well, I guess Kali Sene can come onto the bench. I think he's probably the next best player to do that. I think the in-possession, out-possession tactic is going to be a massive deal. People don't fully grasp it yet, I don't think. I agree, I don't think I quite get it, but you're going to get so much closer to how teams play in real life. And I was discussing on a podcast earlier, a League One podcast, about this, and I think it's going to make... I think it's a lot more realistic, and I think it's going to create a lot more opportunities. I'm really just scratching the surface. I'm excited to get 6 months down the line and see the kind of creations that people come up with that just work really quite well. That aren't as simple as, your wingers moving up and down a little bit and things like that. You know, I'm sure people will create things with like wing backs and wingers and midfielders moving into the attacking midfield and all sorts. It'd be quite good fun. So that's the team then. I'm so desperate for Callum Britton to come back. 7 weeks to wait. 7 weeks to go. At the longest. It should be okay. Right. Away at Oxford. The three stands of Oxford United. So they're above us in the table right now. How many points ahead of them? A level on points actually. They've just got a better goal difference because we keep conceding too many goals. Sign Jelch in January. Will be available, I believe. Who does he play for? He's an option we could consider, definitely. Could certainly consider. Now, this is going to be a real test for us. Of course, we're trying to reduce the number of goals we're conceding. We did very well in the previous game against Birmingham, only conceding 1 goal from, 21 shots. Here, the early exchanges seem to suggest we are the team who are slightly better. So Jones plays the ball into Neto Borges, out wide to Riley McGree. Gets it back to Neto. Neto now. Forced out wide, but has got plenty of time and space to find Hackney. Not the best of passes in the world, but we do retain possession at the moment as Hackney decides to shoot and put it over the crossbar, and it's not really ideal there. I think we should have maybe tried to play that into the penalty area a little bit more. But look, we're creating chances. We've got plenty of the ball. Oxford at the other end now with a corner. Krastev in the middle, cleared by Fry. Only as far as Brannigan, who plays it back out towards Krastev into the middle. It's offside. It's offside. Disallowed. Good. Good. McGree's a playmaker, not a winger. Well, look, it's the role he fits in right now in the team. He's just come back from injury. We need to get him playing some football. Doesn't matter where too much. The game seems to suggest he's very good on the wing, so we'll stick with that for now. But Oxford trying to play through our press at the moment, and they've got the ball over the top quite. That's really well taken. Luckily, it's not going on target. I've raised the speed of 1.2 to instead of 1. I find it more fluid. We'll change it to 1.25 here. I still feel like 1 is the best speed, but it just feels a bit too fast, this, to me. But maybe I'm just so used to watching 1 now. It looks cartoonish how fast it is to me here now. I think I'm just stuck in the 1 times speed now. Afraid I've not got a spare FM 26 key around, I'm afraid. Sadly not. Right. Okay then, Neto finds Hackney, back to Neto and forward to McGree, who can't get the ball forwards. We do retain possession. 1's definitely the best speed, that's why it's 1. You make a good point, but in previous Football Managers, like 1 did feel a lot slower. Like I think everyone played in 24 and like the 1.2 kind of speed sort of thing. So I think I'll drop back to that, to be fair, but this does look too quick. So sorry if you prefer it, but I don't. So there we go. Ah, he plays on the wing as a playmaker. Interesting. Ah. Yeah, that could be an interesting dynamic, to be fair, actually. We could see if wide playmakers do actually work in FM26. Never did. Well, I never found success with playmakers out wide in 24, but 26 we could give it a go. Neto Borges gets out wide, puts that cross into the middle. Conway's waiting, but he can't win the ball in the air. Drops to Luke Ayling, who beats his man. Put that low cross back in the middle, please. It's not that low, but it meets the head of Conway. And there we go. We've taken the lead here against Oxford 30 minutes in. Yes, sometimes the spacing is a little strange. I do agree with that, to be fair. It does look like, at points, players are stood in the exact same position. But that's not too dissimilar to real football sometimes. I've tried to give it the benefit of a doubt. If we see it on a consistent basis, then yeah, it's probably a bit of a bug. But I think for now, it's okay. Throw for Oxford now. as they look to try and get back in this game. Remember, we are forcing the opposition out wide now to try and put crosses into the middle because we've got big defenders. Whew. That was worrying then. We get away with that one, don't we? We get away. Using realism mods. No mods installed yet. Not got anything like that sorted. This is all just default base game. Deep free kick then. Fry. I think he's going to play it short. Goes across to Jones here. Jones finds Hackney in front of him. Forward to Conway, who gets past his man nicely. Cuts it back to McRee. And a long shot from distance is spilled by the keeper on the line. Not really the best of highlights there again. I think we should have tried to play the ball into the penalty. We have discouraged shots from distance. We are trying to work the ball into the penalty area. Here's the goal line technology coming through here. Keeper spills the ball on the line, but it was never going to be going over the line there at all. Yes, quite clearly not over the line there, I'm afraid. R.I.P. Do you think it'll have skins that look like FM24? Don't like the new window format, and I feel like it's made for people playing with a controller. I think it certainly caters to controllers a lot more, yes. Which does make sense because most people play Football Manager on consoles now. So I can understand that completely. And I think the old system was a bit of a nightmare to navigate on console. Not that I tried it myself, but from what I've heard from other people, it wasn't the greatest thing. So I think it's going to be good. I think they'll get a lot of feedback about how the game works and feels. And I'm sure they will make changes to make sure things are less hidden behind different tiles and cards. Whether that comes quickly by Christmas or for FM27, I don't know. But I am getting used to this. I think I do like this system of tiling cards. I think it is quite good. Running past defenders, scoring 1 or 2. He looks so good. Oh, he looks good. He looks fine. Tommy Conway's on my mind, and his Borough's number 9. That's a good chant. I'll try and be a bit more tuneful next time when I sing it. How plans for YouTube content, anything special coming up? We've got all the Forest stuff during the beta, and then once I get my hands on like the editor to be able to make changes to databases and things like that, we'll get back into the more regular style of content. Although I will be doing this week probably is trying to win a division playing without any attackers kind of thing, and see if we can get these new formations and tactics working to make sure we win a league. It might have to be winning games 1-0 all the time, I don't know, but it'll be quite good fun. As a Borough fan, also doing FM save. Hope the save goes well. Thank you, my friend. Are you managing Borough as well? How are things going? Hackney. Ball through to Neto, who's got bodies waiting in the middle now. Strelic seems to be the furthest forward, despite being the attacking midfielder. That would have been a great goal. We seem very keen to be shooting from distance, even though I'm pretty sure instructions, discourage shots from distance and work the ball into the box is turned on. But if they see a good opportunity, I guess the players want to try and take those opportunities. Whittaker now plays it back towards Hackney. And Neto forward. Trying to work these openings here nicely. And that's a nice ball through the line there. Conway's in the middle. There we go. Tommy Conway. 4th goal in 9 games. Who's going to start up front? Him or Falcao? Pretty poor, apart from Strelic doing a 35-yarder instead of taking one-on-one with a defender. Well, at least he scores. That's good. My best player so far of the actual Borough players, probably Strelic, I would say. He's been really good for us. Yeah, I'd say Strelic is probably the best player from the Borough players that we've got. Can we, during the game, still give some advice, like keep pushing? I don't think I've ever seen keep pushing before. Do you mean like the shouts like encourage or demand more? No, they're not in the game anymore because apparently they didn't work previously. But it was nice that it gave you the illusion that you were doing something. Apparently it didn't really do anything at all, but I like the idea that I was doing something. Right, so Bangora on you come on the left-hand side, please, as we need to give a bit of rest to McGree. I think Target's going to come on as well for the yellow-carded Borges. Kante needs a bit of game time. And you know what I like? Oh, he's on a hat-trick though, isn't he, Tommy Conway? We can't take him off on a hat-trick. We could move him behind the striker though. Get Strelic off and bring Falcao on. And we've not got a right back to bring on either. That'll be okay. Will there be a free demo on release? I don't know, actually, if I'm honest with you. I don't know. I would imagine so. They usually do, don't they? Right, 20 minutes to hold on here. And if we keep a clean sheet, I think it's very good evidence that the changes we've made tactically at the start have worked. We are doing a better job, at least in this game. Obviously, we conceded a lot of shots in the previous game. But we did win it. Double Y Guy, thank you very much for the sub on Twitch. Much appreciated. Glad to have you here with us. Yeah, it will look the exact same as it does on PC. The exact same. Cross comes in from Oxford. We have been saved by the posters a couple of times, I will say, against Birmingham and Oxford. I mean, that is something that maybe we need to be a little wary of. Can we see like the full list of stats here? Woodwork. I want to say, does it show woodwork? Advanced stats. Woodwork. Yeah, it's twice off the woodwork for Oxford now. So we have been fortunate that, I mean, arguably we could say, oh, we've done really well defensively to force them to shoot and it has to hit the post rather than go in the back of a net. But another argument would be that Oxford have been very unlucky. But we have come here to Oxford United and beaten them in their own back garden by 2-0 thanks to 2 goals from Tommy Conway. Look, I'm happy with that, I think. Nice work, everyone. That was good. And they all seem pretty happy with that. So we should now go 3 points ahead of Oxford in the table, back into the playoff positions, I think. I believe. Yeah, there we go. Up to 6th place in the table. Still 6 points behind Preston, who must have played at some point, but... Oh, they won 3-1 against Blackburn the previous night. Okay, I see. So everyone else in the top 6 has played their games. So yeah, we are. Look how tight it is still. Still seriously tight. And if you go into Southampton, there's 13 points there, but 10 points between 2nd and 10th. It is really tight. So there we go. Right, Marcus Force out on loan, out for 8 weeks. Don't care. Conway fires us in front, justifying his selection in this game. Obviously, he wants to play more games, and he's showing us why he should play more games. Let's have a quick look at the recruitment focuses that we had set up specifically to look for goalkeepers and centre-backs. So, goalkeeper. There's one that they've said we should sign, and it's this 21-year-old goalkeeper from a team that I cannot pronounce in Poland. Not quite as big as Solbrin. He looks fairly okay. There's nothing massively standout, but at 21 years old, he could get better. The scouts are saying he's a leading championship goalkeeper. All right, let's compare you with Sol. So, let's look at the attributes. This is probably a better indicator. See, I'm looking at this now and I'm thinking, look, you may be saying that... I mean, I'm not going to be able to sign this guy because I can't even say his name. But... I would say arguably Solbrin looks like the better goalkeeper overall here. He's got better handling, slightly better command of area and aerial reach. His passing's better as well. He's much more mentally stronger. Positioning is a bit high, which is good. It's what you need. Vision, I guess we're kind of passing it short, so we don't need vision too much. Better composure as well. I don't think you're an upgrade, honestly, on Sol. Chat, what do you think? I leave the training to AI, I do personally. Play it long, boy, you wouldn't like that last game. That's true, actually. We should do a bit more of that, maybe. He has 4 years to gain that, though. That's true. That's true. If they're as good as... You know, they're very similar, aren't they? You'd say Sol's slightly better, but he is 4 years older. That's true. Yeah, the music, sorry, is some stuff I've got in the background. But it has got the game sounds like the match sounds and things like that. I don't think I'm determined to sign him right now. Sol's English too, which does help. Have you got any international... Ooh, I've clicked on the team, not the player. Have you got any... Oh, it's gone. Recruitment focus. Any international caps? No. 1 under 21 cap. Okay, so that might help with getting work permits and things like that. Nearly matching a few people here. So who do they reckon isn't really someone that we should be looking for? I mean, they've gone for this Felix guy playing the 3rd division. Who I agree, I don't think he looks as... I think he looks weaker. If we, again, try and compare him with... Say we're going to go Sol again, for example. And we look at the attributes. I'll be honest, I'd be more... I think Felix could be a strong... Although saying that we've not got full reports on absolutely everything. They kind of stopped halfway when they realised, you know, it wasn't as good. He's not the head and shoulders upgrade that we need, though, I don't think. Sign and loan him out. It's not a bad shout, to be fair. That's not a bad shout. Goalkeeper playing for Excelsior in the Eredivisie. That feels like it's a good level. He should be decent, shouldn't he, at 23 years old. Compare you to Sol. Look at the attributes. Oh, Sol is stronger in most areas, to be fair, so maybe he's not the guy to go for. We'll leave that a bit longer. Obviously, they're not fully sorted yet when it comes to... well, they're saying that. That is complete now, actually. So that it was completed. So they are not going to find any more, frustratingly. Don't know where my defender one's gone as well. In progress, complete, left winger, centre backs. That was complete as well. They found 2 centre backs that we should sign. Although this may have been complete previously because we've got a right wing back here, not a centre back. I think we adapted this from something else. Cedric is a player that we should be looking at. I'm going to create a new one of these, I think, because I don't think that worked properly. I think I adapted it from something else. If we go to all, I want to create a new recruitment focus, please. Looking for a centre-back. Sorry. A centre-back. And out of possession, a centre-back. We'll go ball-playing centre-back in possession as well. Next. Just call it CB. And we're looking for 3.5 stars of current ability. 28 at most. I want you to look across Europe, please. As a top priority. Confirm. Thank you. So that's in progress. I'll tell you what, we're going to add you to the shortlist for 6 months. No. Oh, he'll be fine. We'll remember him anyway. How much transfer budget have we got thinking about this? Because we've got to be a bit careful with this, haven't we? We've got £900,000. We're minus £71,000. We need the takeover to happen ASAP and them to give us a ton of money. Set for brothers, great goalkeepers of the future. That's also true. Ramsdale on loan could be an option, although I suspect he's probably playing in-game. I would imagine. Yeah, he is playing in-game. 8 Premier League starts. 3 in the Champions League as well. So maybe Nick Pope. Maybe Nick Pope's the guy we could get instead. Although apparently he's in goal right now. He started 6. They're just rotating goalkeepers. That's risky, it feels like. Who's the 3rd goalkeeper? Oh, they're both out on John Ruddy. I don't think I really want you, John Ruddy, I'm afraid. Milanda's joining in January. Tommy's better than our current... Oh, of course, I forgot about him. He is coming in, you're right. Correct. Yeah, that will be quite a nice addition to the team, actually. So what do we want to do? We want to change anything going into this game? We could do with a bit more match sharpness for Naipan. So I'm going to start him ahead of Strelic for this game. We'll leave Conway up top because he got the brace in that previous game. And then we'll take Jones off for Lenihan because he probably is the better defender anyway. And that probably should be the starting duo at the back. Just counting down the days that Britain comes back. Right, Coventry. This is going to be a really tough game. Coventry are third in the table, fourth in the table. They dropped down a little bit then. This is going to be a huge test of our out-of-possession tactics. Teams warming up. Was wanted by quite a few clubs in the Bundesliga, Championship and Eredivisie, but Middlesbrough got him. Because someone said they got him because they let him go back to the MLS for the rest of the season, right? Was that it? Right, let's go for it. Whapping Bloke, thank you for the subscription on Twitch. You love to see it. Thank you very much, my friend. Very kind of you. Borough and Coventry deserve to go up together. And I'm right in thinking there's actually meant to be quite a rivalry between the two clubs. No, it's Sunderland, right? Is it Middlesbrough? Sorry. There's a weird rivalry between Coventry and Sunderland, isn't it? Not Coventry and Middlesbrough, I think. Pretty sure. Full of a cold today, want to play some more FM after work on my Brighton save, but this is the next best thing watching you, mate, so thank you. Good, I hope that you can pick a few things up. Apparently Mbappe is the manager of Coventry, that was a bit strange. But let's get into this one, shall we? Let's get into it. Although apparently, this is the most boring first 10 minutes of a game. One shot for us, a 0.13 XG, so clearly not a very good shot. This game's just been played in the midfield. Nothing's happening here at all. One shot for Coventry now, which is just dreadful apparently too, based on the XG. No one wants to win this game. We've had a couple more now, but again, the XG looking awful. Just announced 28th, 29th, 30th for updates. That'll be good. Looking forward to that then. Hopefully they can make some nice positive changes and get rid of a lot of the bugs that are in the game right now. Make things a bit of a nicer experience. That'll be good. Genuinely, we might be about to go the first half here without a single highlight. Here we go. That's always a way to get the highlight coming up. Make the game listen to you. Make it think. Make it want to make a mug of you, basically. Right, Morris. Forward to Naipan. Naipan finds Conway in front of him, who has come quite deep to collect that, but plays an amazing ball through to Whittaker, who chips the keeper but misses the goal. Golden opportunity there. Great vision from Conway. But he just couldn't do it. Coventry, though, have now got their chance to come forward with Haji Wright. Josh De Silva is a really good team, to be fair. Mason Clark on this near side is going to try and cut past his man. Finds a pass in towards Radoni, who puts it in the back of the net. And that's a silly one to concede. Don't think we're really tight enough defending that. Once it iron out all the issues, it's going to be a really enjoyable game. I agree. I've not had too many bugs just yet, apart from conceding goals. Yeah, I've not had too many bugs, so I think I've been quite lucky, to be fair. Mad manager changes still in the game. Slot gets sacked and he goes to Brighton instead. I respect it. Whittaker, who missed the gold opportunity for us earlier on, now gets challenged and tackled in the midfield, but Morris wins it back. And now Conway's got some work to do to hold up the ball. And Whittaker is through again. Do not make the same mistake again, Whittaker. I mean, that chip was on target, to be fair, but it just wasn't really what we needed. Hey, Tom, follow you on Instagram. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I just set up the TomFM Instagram, actually, this last few days. So on Instagram, the real TomFM, if you want to follow the real TomFM on there. Not a fake one. I promise I am the real one, as we can't get through the lines. The referee should blow up for half-time in a second. Have we got one final chance to come forward, or are we being baited into thinking we're going to have a key chance here? And we're being baited. We're being baited. Referee blows up for half-time. 1-0 down here. Very, very even game. We've had less possession. Commentary, they're a little bit more momentum, apparently. But this win right now will take them top of the table as things stand. They are a very good team, remember. I want a much better display in the second half. Some players seem motivated by that. We'll see. I think early changes might be needed in the second period if we're going to get something out of this game. Van Uwick down this near line to Sakamoto, the number 7, tackled. Huge challenge there. You love to see it. And Riley McGree brings the ball forwards. Through to Naipan, who's got some space in front of him to put a ball over the top to Whittaker. Third time for Whittaker. And this time, oh my word, Morgan Whittaker scores one of the best goals I've seen in FM26. Arguably the most difficult of the 3 chances he's had in this game. The first one was a sitter, he missed it. The second one, just poor decision making with the shot. But this one, my word, that's good to see. And just 3 minutes into the second half, we're back on level terms here. It's the weekend stream. Can I get a TLD on what happened with the TomFM Coach Middlesbrough over the weekend? We tweaked tactics a little bit. We won some games. We lost some games. It wasn't anything major. We got loads of scouts in, to be fair. We did a lot of work getting scouts in and some staffing like that, to be fair. The stream highlights will come up in the next few days. The first stream, the highlights of that went up on the second channel earlier on YouTube. So that's called More TomFM. If you watch on YouTube right now, it will be linked down below. So if you want to watch the stream highlights, they'll be going up there with a bit of a delay, obviously, because we can't get them out immediately. But the first stream for this Middlesbrough went out earlier on. We'll get the next ones out over the rest of the week, kind of thing. This formation got promoted with Rotherham. Nice one. 770Q, we're playing on the broadcast view, and I've just been rambling on a little bit there. We need to make some changes here. So McGree is, again, not playing brilliantly and a bit tired. So let's get him off for Bangor, who's played very well coming off the bench. I think it's time to bring Falcao on as well. He's obviously done pretty well off the bench too. Anyone else not been a great game? Lenihan not been a great game, really. Let's get Jones on instead. Whittaker a bit tired, but he has got the goal and has created the chances for himself. So let's leave that for now. In terms of the team instructions, all instructions. Bypassing the press worked well previously. Let's try that. Let's up the tempo a little bit too as well, potentially. And maybe be a little bit more expressive this time. Just see if that gives us the edge that we need here late on in this game. We'll go to attacking with 7 or so minutes to go in the game, I reckon. I think we're a few years away from licensed stadiums, such as at least the ones in the Prem. I think they'd need to make the graphics look a bit nicer to get the stadiums like looking proper, I would say. But that would be really cool. That would be really cool. Let's go attacking. I'd like to see licensed stadiums in the game. That would really up the realism just a little bit, to be fair. I feel like we've done enough to win this game, personally. I feel like we've done enough. If Whittaker had just taken one more of the chances that he had, then, especially that first one, we'd be okay. Look, I'll tell you what. 1-1 with commentary, who are above us in the table. They are going to be there or thereabouts come the end of the season. That's not a bad result. I think we'll take that, to be fair. And again, I think we've done a decent job defensively too there. Not quite the clean sheet we would have wanted, but there we go. Hi, Tom. I was watching films, but I'm here now. What film are you watching? Hello, Purple Line. Hope you're doing well. If you don't pick all the leagues up that we can buy from, no. It might mean that, I don't know, some team in Kazakhstan might not have a youth team, for example, but most players just kind of be there, decent players. You should be good. So that draw keeps us 6th in the table. Oxford catch up a little bit after we beat them previously. Coventry stay 3 points ahead of us with that draw. Preston must have lost. Preston. Where are you? I feel like this doesn't show all the results, which is really annoying me. What did Preston do then? If we look at their fixture schedule. Oh, they played on a Tuesday night, did they? And they lost 4-1 to Watford. That's a big loss, to be fair. Okay, so they weren't playing on the same day as us. Oh, they were. It says 25th, isn't it there? I don't know. Maybe it did show. I didn't see, to be fair. Mission Impossible: How to Train a Dragon. Which one's better, though, James? Which one's better? I read all the books of How to Train a Dragon. Not just seen the films, to be fair. Going to Lincoln Save this year, Tom. Maybe at some point we might do something. We might do something, potentially. I'm Dax. Hello, mate. Good to see you. Welcome in. Right. Let's not look at Preston. We don't care about Preston, do we? Continue. So, that was the draw on the Tuesday. We've got Derby County on the Saturday. And I think Derby are one of the teams down at the bottom end of the table. If we look at the table, yeah, right down there in 24th. In fact, they're rock bottom. 9 points. They've got 2 wins, 3 draws, 12 losses. We have to beat Derby with a clean sheet. Ever been to Sports Interactive head office? Yes, there have been quite a few times, to be fair, actually. It's a really cool little studio and office. Lots of J2Os on offer there. I always get to take the J2Os. Youth intake preview come through yet? No, it hasn't yet. I think it should come through around the start of December, so we can't be that far away from it right now. Whittaker on form there. Brilliant. Let's praise him for that, by the way. Let's just try and encourage him a little bit. What task have we got? McCormack, who's on loan, injured, don't care. Oh, he's got a torn ACL, maybe I do care. Oh, no. Let's recall him from loan and get the treatment here instead. Also, any updates on the takeover before we... No, nothing since the 13th of November. We're still under a transfer embargo. Keep your eyes out on the news. But you can go on loan to Macclesfield. Enjoy it. Yes, default UI with no skin or face packs, yes. Right. Oxford have just beaten Ipswich, which is big for us actually, because Oxford may move ahead of us in the table because of that. But it actually limits the points that Ipswich can get. So it's making things even tighter at the top. Even tighter at the top. It's exciting. We have to keep up with the winning, and we've got to do it next against... If we don't smash Derby now, I'll be upset. Have I done Go Ape before? Actually, yes, I have. We did it for my sister's birthday last year, or the year before. Actually, we did. So I have done it once. I hate heights. I'm terrible with them. So I did not enjoy it in the slightest. Really did not like it. Okay. So for this game, we need to get Strelic back on the pitch, I think, here. And was there any other changes that we made? I don't think we did. I think that's the strongest line that we've probably got available to us right now. I'm just counting down the days. 6 weeks still for Callum Britton. Oh, I cannot wait for you to come back. I miss you, Callum. Can we also terminate Brown's loan? Because we're just wasting money there, aren't we? We can't. We might be able to do in the transfer window, potentially. IRL content together with Foot Manager in mind. That would be quite fun, to be fair. We could do something. Doing it on Friday this year, trying to control my fear of heights. Go for it, James. I rate it. I respect it. That's a man facing his fears in a very positive way, I think, actually. Go for it. You'll enjoy it. If you go with that nice attitude of trying to conquer that kind of fear, I think you'll enjoy it, actually. Would you make tutorials? We'll do some kind of tutorial stuff, I think, to be fair. But I need to learn a bit more about the game first before I feel confident about making tutorials on it, definitely. Yes, the Europa League, you can't see the game clock. It's really annoying, I do agree. That's a bug that needs to be fixed ASAP. Right. Go to the match then. Teams are warming up. 4th November can't come quick enough so I can play this on PS5. It's annoying that they haven't released the early access on consoles as well. That does feel like a step backwards in a way. But I guess it never was early access on consoles, was it? I don't know. Right. Derby County, they are bottom of the table. This has to be a win. It's got to be a clean sheet, and we've got to score 3 or 4 goals in the process here. If we don't, I really will be frustrated, I think. Switch on December 4th. My word, that's a long time to wait. But that might be a really, really good incentive for me to get a Switch as a business expense to specifically play Football Manager on it. That could be... Because I've been trying to find an excuse to get one, really. Because I don't really have the time to play, like, all the Switch games. But I love Mario Kart, so I want to play Mario Kart World. Ball over the top to Whittaker. Drops down to Conway there and played out wide to Luke Ayling. We've got 3 bodies at least in the middle here. But Ayling finds Hackney just outside the area. Through to Strelic. Strelic back out to Hackney. We're just patiently working the ball into the middle. Strelic's there, back to Riley McGree into the middle. Conway's there, but pokes it wide instead. And actually it comes off a defender instead. And the corner's not shown. Brown is playing great in real life, Tom. Yes, but in the pre-season game for us, he made a huge mistake. And I don't trust him, so I'm not going to play him. You may have seen the short on Instagram or YouTube Shorts or TikTok. It was quite hilarious, to be fair. Neto Borges in the area. Finds Morris further out. Hackney shot from distance blocked. Whittaker heads it goalwards and the keeper easily collects that one as well. We are creating the chances. We are taking goals. Taking goals? We're taking shots. I wish we were taking goals and scoring them. Excuse me? Excuse me? What? What's just happened there? No, genuinely, what's just happened there? What in the world? I mean, I'll take it. We're 1-0 up. And maybe even goal of the season. You're right. Maybe even goal of the season. Can we go back and watch that again, please? So Neto Borges gets it out wide. Plays it into Morris. Hackney shoots from distance and Whittaker heads it goalwards. Collected by the keeper. And now, this might be... I can't... I've got no words for this. I am a bit... I mean, even if we report that as a bug right in the game, how would I even describe that? How would I describe what just happened? There's no rhyme or logic to that at all, is there? You're right, Senek. It's like the keeper got rewinded backwards, definitely. Magic, Dark Artsborough, Dark Arts FC. That's actually the only, like, in the match engine that I've noticed at least. That's like a genuine, like, that's very clearly a bug. That's the only thing I've noticed so far in a lot of playing Football Manager, but I've noticed. Which in one sense is good, but it shouldn't be happening ever, should it really? It shouldn't be happening ever. Brown Envelope FC. Well, there we go. Tommy Conway gets his goal, bless him. And is demonstrating to me why he should be starting more games. I have to say, that one was certainly lucky for him. That was certainly lucky for him, I think. What time? We're roughly on 1 hour and 20 minutes. I'll get a clip of that after the stream to send to the devs and say that what was going on there. In the meantime, Derby dancing around our defenders here. And okay, well that's unfortunate. Still, I mean, if we're going to keep a clean sheet against anyone, it should be Derby County. But maybe our players are thinking, oh, you know what, we should let them off here and give them a goal back maybe. Morning stream tomorrow, Tom? No, no stream tomorrow actually. My plan was to stream pretty much every day, but I've actually got one of my friends up from London this week and he's coming over for dinner tomorrow. So we're going to enjoy that instead, I think, actually, rather than stream tomorrow night. So we'll stream again on Wednesday. But not tomorrow. I don't get to see my friend Joe all that often. And he's not seen my new house yet. So I'm excited to have him here tomorrow. Strelic in the area, though. It hits the post. Why aren't you running onto that one, Hackney? So just smash it. You just like danced. Hackney. Hackney. When I began the game back in 2014, Middlesbrough were my first team. I really enjoyed it, became a supporter. I'm from South Brazil, up the borough. I like stories like that. Football Manager makes you a fan of different teams around the world. I suspect you're the only Middlesbrough fan in South Brazil as well. I suspect. Right, not good enough, totally unacceptable. These guys are bottom of the table. We should be absolutely smashing them here. But currently, we're doing anything but that. Abui Adams, yellow carded there for a foul in the midfield. We are creating opportunities. We've got a very high XG as well. We're just not converting the efforts. And this is where a Falcao coming on late in the game might be a good option for us. Switch out Strelic. Switch out Conway. Falcao and Naipan on. Who really should not be on the pitch together at the same time. I mean, that really is two very different generation of player. Oh, God, we need them now. We really need them now. Oh, dearie me. We've played so well against promotion candidates. Now we're against bottom of the table. I'm not having this. Bangor as well. On you come, fella. We'll get Target on too. He's a slightly more attacking player, isn't he? At the left with a left wing back kind of thing. Oh, dearie me. Okay, team instructions. We need to go to all instructions and in possession higher. Let's try and push them on the counter a little bit here as well. Let's go a little bit more route one by bypassing the press to get a bit more direct. That seems to have worked in the past for us quite nicely, doesn't it? Let's discourage shots from distance. Let's just try and take a few pot shots. The keeper's not got much confidence because surely they're in the relegation zone for a reason. Let's make those changes. Confirm. Let's go for it. Falcao in the big 25 is nuts. Well, Falcao is going to be scoring goals. Strelic's got to come off the pitch in a second. Luke Ayling on a 5.9. I cannot wait for Callum Britton to come back from injury. Oh, Ayling's been the real weak point of our defence and clearly has been at fault for something in those goals that Derby have scored. To be on a 5.9 rating at the moment. Let's jump to a more attacking mentality as well. Come on. Come on. I command you to do something, and Falcao's going to do something here. The ball to Hackney actually somehow works out there. And now we've got bodies in the middle. There's 5 players in the middle, Hackney. 5 players in the middle. You've got to find one of them. And it shouldn't have been Lenihan like that. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, no. These losers at the bottom of the table. "26 shots we've had. 26 shots. 26 shots. What else do we do? Just be more expressive. Come on. You know, someone's got to do something incredible here. Encourage them dribbling at the fence. I'm panicking a little bit here, if I'm honest with you. We're in the promotion hunt, we are. We're really in there, and we've just had some really good results against teams in the promotion hunt with us. We're taking points off teams around us. And yet here we are, against bottom of the table Derby. At home, I should add. At home. And we just don't seem to be doing what we have to do. Brereton Diaz, don't do this to me, fella. Don't do this. Don't do this. don't want to look at... Look at the match stats. Look at the match stats. Come on, Falcao. Of course. Of course. I'd full on shut down the computer right here. I'm tempted. I'm tempted. You got FM. We go again. FMing and a half. I mean, clearly they had some decent chances on goal with a 1.69 XG, to be honest. 13 of the shots were from long distance, though. I know we did turn off the discouraged shots from distance towards the end of that game to try and just get a few more, but I feel like a lot of those would have been early in the game. 39 final third passes for Derby. They did nothing. Nothing all game. It's such a smash and grab. Oh my word. I'm not happy with that result. We should have won it. I actually can't believe that, genuinely. It drops us down to 8th in the table as well right now. I mean, we're still in that hunt. We're still there. But that should have been an easy gimme 3 points, shouldn't it? Oh, dearie me. Right, if we look at the fixture schedule as well, right? If we look at this, Leicester, who were like second at the time, drew. Birmingham, who were actually below us in the table, we beat them. Oxford, who were in the playoffs, we beat them. Drew with Coventry, who was second in the table at the time. Or they were the fourth, actually. And then bottom of the table, Derby, we draw. Where are Watford, by the way? 10th in the Championship. I think they were a bit higher, but... You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top half teams in a row there. And then Derby, the team that beat us. Rip. Anyway, we can now focus on some slightly easier games, supposedly. But based on what we've seen so far, we're going to lose all these. Because Hull, they are 17th in the Championship. And then we have Charlton, who are 18th in the Championship. Then we have QPR, who are 20th in the Championship. And then we have Bristol City, who are 16th in the Championship. And then we have Blackburn, who are 15th in the Championship. And then we have Hull again. 1, 2, 3, 4... They have to be 6 wins in a row. They have to be 6 wins in a row, surely. Bro. And actually, we have to remind ourselves, don't we? We have to remind ourselves that the goal we scored... Let's watch this again, shall we? Let's watch this again. This is genuinely incredible. Oh, they're going to show us a long highlight building up to it. I just feel like people may have missed the goal. You know, if people join the chat later on. I mean, can we... This is really starting quite far back, to be fair. Can we just go forward like 10 seconds or so here? 10 seconds. Yeah, so... Ball goes out to Neto Borges here. He finds Morris, who gets it to Whittaker, who shoots, it's blocked, comes back to Neto Borges. A shot comes in from distance, blocked and headed goalwards. Now watch this. What the hell was this? Don't worry, we'll report that as a bug. I'm going to clip that up after the stream and send it over to the devs. Incredible. So that's the goal we scored as well. So really we should have lost 3-0. Probably. Enjoying the FM26 beta. 41.9 hours, says Steam. Pretty nice. How many hours have I got actually in the beta? I'm not sure I've got as much as that actually, if I'm honest with you. I've got 27 hours in the beta. But then obviously a few more in the alpha as well, to be fair, I guess. Yeah, incredible, wasn't it? Incredible. Check the weather conditions, strong wind effect. Maybe that was it. Maybe just a big gust of wind, maybe. What's the easiest way to understand the UI? I am completely lost. It does take a bit of getting used to, definitely. I think the way that I would do it is work across the top as you go through the day towards a game, for example. So this gives you like a nice little overview of what's going on. And then you can see here we've got Hull next, and think about what's going on for Hull. So I'll go to the squad tab, for example, and think, okay, we need to set the tactics up, we need to get the team picked and check who's good, things like that, and maybe sort out some training if you do training kind of thing. Recruitment, I think I would have match day and recruitment swapped over, so then I can go to the match day and then really tinker with some of the data hub information to go into my tactics and stuff like that if I wanted to, and then recruitment there. So I work across from some sort of left to right across the top a little bit, but these bookmarks are very handy as well, actually, to be fair. I need to remember that they're still there. I do forget the bookmarks exist, if I'm honest with you, and they're very easy to go straight to tactics, which is good. I want to go straight to training. Fantastic, it's there. I want to go and see my fixture list. It's right there. Like the bookmarks are very powerful, actually, to be fair. I need to remember they're there. I do kind of forget they are there, but we're getting there. Birmingham beat Watford 4-0. Big result for them. We're now into December as well now, so we're getting close to that January transfer window. In fact, what we should do actually is look at some of those recruitment focuses. Yeah, you can have up to 12 bookmarks up there. And it's just such a different place to where I'm used to seeing things down the left-hand side of the screen, right? So I need to remember they're there. But you can have all sorts up there to sort of play the game how you want to play the game, which is good fun. So, have we had the youth intake come through yet? As in no, we've still got the previews not come through yet, I should say, sorry. Any more Takeover updates whilst we're here as well, because that's 110 unread messages. Takeover, nope, still nothing new from the 13th of November onwards. Right, back to recruitment. Look at recruitment focuses. The centre-back one has been complete. They did that for a couple of weeks, and they found 5 players who were almost meeting the criteria, which makes me think they probably were decent. All over Europe. John. I want a pacey centre-back. Excuse me, on loan from Real San Sebastian as well. So I don't think he'd really be available. He's playing La Liga football right now. Useful backup. I'd be tempted to fully scout him out, if I'm honest with you, and just see how good he is. If he's playing La Liga football, he can't be too bad, can he? Same with Victor Chust rather. But only 11 pace now. We need someone faster than that. We've got slow centre backs already. We do need someone a bit faster. Portsmouth fan watching videos for a long time. But as Bomsky says, wrong username for a Portsmouth fan as a trophy hunter. That is true as well, but I suspect that means something else, doesn't it? Anyway, welcome in, my friend. Good to have you here. So sorry we've piled on you there, being trophy hunter as a Portsmouth fan. 13 pace is a little better at Sassuolo. I mean, may as well just fully scout you out as well and just see. I don't think these players are bad at their finding at the moment. 13 pace here for Hassan. Got good jumping, reach and heading. But we've also got to think about the Premier League, and would they be good enough for the Premier League? Chumi. I'm seeing good players, but not players that are probably Premier League level, which is a bit frustrating, if I'm honest with you. I love that our scouts are in Brazil at the moment. Vera is the guy that we should be signing as a midfielder, apparently, according to the scouts. But again, he's Championship. If we're looking for promotion, we need sort of like Premier League fringe kind of players. Tomoyasu, he's available as a free transfer. Tomoyasu, and we do need a right back to replace Ayling, really, and he can play centre back if we need him. Yeah, we're over the wage budget. We probably could move a bit of cash around, but there's not much to move around in the first place. I would be tempted by Tomoyasu. I would generate a lot of money in year. Look, let's talk to his agent. Oh, transfer it's under there. Is it under there? Maybe just not got an agent. Because the agent offer is normally there, isn't it? He has got an agent. Why can we not talk to the agent? Am I being blind? No. Approach to sign. Oh, we can't do it because, of course, we've got the transfer embargo going on right now, aren't we? Oh, dear. Yeah, this takeover better happen quickly before the January transfer window. And they better come in with a ton of money as well and just give me so much money. It's a good clap back from Trophy Hunter, to be fair. It's a good clap back. I respect that. Right, very quickly the whole game has come around. Right, what changes do I want to make here? Blimey, I don't know. I guess Conway's in fine scoring form at the moment, so we've got to keep him playing. Strelic's always dangerous, although hasn't played brilliantly in the last couple of games. So I'm going to start Nipan, behind him. Neto dropping form just ever so slightly. Do I want to start I'm going to start Target in this game as well and just see how that works out a little bit. How long for Britain? Another 4 weeks. That's gone down quickly all of a sudden. That's gone down 4 weeks. Okay. I don't think McGree has really done much. He's on a 7.06 rating, to be fair, but okay. Let's not make too many changes to upset the balance of things, although we did lose that, didn't we? Right, go to match. Let's see how we do at home against Hull. We are at home, I think. No, I'm lying to you. We're away from home at the MKM Stadium. Address for team. I want to be impressed today. Go out there and put on a show. No one cares. That's a real shame. So Hull, did we say we're like 18th in the table? I think we said. We're 8th right now. Point off the playoffs. 17th for Hull. This has got to be a win. But we said that about the Derby County game. And it didn't really work out. Random question. Do you know the high scoring game in the Premier League history? Not off the top of my head. What is it? FM has won Blair only wrong thing with Tommy Conway. He deserves a work rate of 20. He never stops pressing in real life. I like strikers like that who are just always there pressing constantly. It's good. Conceding goals is the thing in FM26. It does seem like it, doesn't it? I think we've got, I mean, ignore the Derby game we just had. We are doing a better job of not conceding quite as many. 7-4 Portsmouth. Watched the Prem recap of the 07-08 season this morning. See, that's some good knowledge there. That's some good knowledge. Hull are matching us in terms of that they've got the exact same in and out possession formation as us right now. Maybe different roles in there, obviously, as well. But they should be fairly well matched, actually, in this game, maybe, potentially. Hello, Aflo. Good to see you, my friend. Corner has been cleared and dealt with. And McGree now, go on, fella, is leading the counter. Plays a great ball through to Whittaker, the furthest man forward in the penalty area. He's pushed out wide. But the shot goes in the back. He's offside. He's offside. Just watch your blog to Salzburg. Glad to visit my hometown. Oh, nice. Salzburg was one of my favourite places to visit, actually, last season. I really did enjoy Salzburg. I'd happily go back one day. It seemed like a really nice little place, actually. Much smaller than I thought it was going to be, if I'm honest with you. Whittaker brings the ball forwards down this near side. He was offside a moment ago, but can he make up for that now by putting a great little low cross in? He doesn't need to, because apparently we've been given a penalty there. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't see much wrong with that. But I won't complain too much. I won't complain too much. Let's see. Conway. Oh. Oh, dearie me. That's tough. Fry to Morris. look, if we're going to win this... I mean, look, I said it wasn't a penalty, so clearly Tommy Conway was happy to be an honourable man. He's honourable. He's being honourable. And this time he's going to be dishonourable. Oh, for God's sake. Offside again. Tough. Poison Bread, thank you very much for the Prime over on Twitch. Much appreciated, my friend. Good to have you here. Very generous of you. Thanks for choosing to use your Prime with us. Yes, penalties do look too slow. I do agree with that. So there's certain elements on 1.0, which we're on right now, which look perfect in terms of speed. And then sometimes it just looks way too slow. How was that not a foul, by the way? I guess he's playing the advantage. I saw the referee put his arms out, but that really should have been a foul. 1.0 speed and just a broadcast camera. It's maybe the default thing that it comes up with in game, actually, to be fair. Okay. Hull are having a better time of things right now with the number of shots, but we are creating better... I say that, the XG actually is... That XG all comes from our penalty pretty much, doesn't it, to be fair? Right, half-time... Not good enough, absolutely unacceptable. Conway having a poor game, having missed the penalty. That seems to have taken a big impact, actually, on his what's it called? Rating. I was like really struggling to find the word there. Have Hull bribed the ref? They must have done. That's the only thing I can think of here. With a saved penalty and 2 disallowed goals. We need to win the ball in transition here, but it looks like Hull are getting further forwards, being pushed out wide. Miller into the penalty area, takes the shot, puts it over the face of goal and behind. One thing that I think does need to be tweaked about this match engine is when players get into those situations, I think they're shooting a bit too often. I think you'd see in reality a lot more passes played across the edge of the 6-yard area, I would say. In my opinion. Hey Sport, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Oh, that's poor. That's poor from us. We've given the ball away in a really dangerous area there. Ollie McBurney smashes through some defenders and gives Hull the lead here. Oh, I can't believe it. We've gone from beating the teams in the playoff zone to now losing to bottom of the table Derby County, and then Hull, who were only just outside the relegation zone, are now beating us. And quite convincingly, they are the better team in this game. So we need to make some changes now. I want Falcao and I want Strelic on. And let's get Kante on to try and just change that midfield a little bit for us potentially here. Team instructions. All instructions. Again, let's up the tempo to much higher. Let's encourage some dribbling. Let's jump on the counter a little bit more. And actually, let's bypass the press rather than play through the press, because that seems to work for us sometimes, doesn't it, to be fair. I've watched you for 2 years. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Good to have you here on the stream. We'll go more attacking to confirm those changes. I feel like this is the curse of Football Manager. Where we do really well against the teams who are doing well, and then we come up against teams below us in the table. Right, well, we've got a big 30 minutes to play now, haven't we? A huge 30 minutes ahead of us. Oh, man. Okay, it's fine. We can do it. We can do it. We are slowly starting to have a few more shots following attack. If only Conway scored his penalty earlier on. this would be a completely different game. Target to Lenihan. Lenihan to Kante. Forward to Whittaker. This is a great little bit of football. Back to Whittaker. You've got to finish this. Okay, there's one. There's one goal. We'll take that. Obviously the replay still. It's a good finish, to be fair, actually, across the keeper like this. Okay, we've got to get another now. At this point, I will take a draw. You know, draw away games will be okay. We're having the shots now. We're nullifying Hull. They're like limited to 20 now. They've not had a shot for the last 15 minutes or so. But we need to do something more here. And more changes might be getting mauled by the Tigers. What a chance. That's one of the best chances in world football, I think. If we can limit them to those kind of shots, that would be alright, wouldn't it? Right, who else can we bring on? Pjanic, come on, be my playmaker for me. Pull the strings, do something clever. And maybe actually Bangora's got to come on because McGree's on a 6.2. I think we dropped McGree for a bit. He's not played brilliant the last few games, has he? He's come off the last few games and just not played great. So I think Bangora's got to start the next couple of matches. Come on! Do something! Please! That's not doing something. It's good goalkeeping, I suppose, but now Whittaker has to knob this on to himself. That's quite difficult, isn't it? Oh, I thought he was about to win the ball there. If he'd won the ball there, that would have been amazing. McBurney holds it play nicely. Oh, no. Turns his man. An Ollie McBurney hat-trick. Yeah, how is he moving like that? I want to get some anti-doping agents here to have a look at that. Yeah, it's a real shame, this. Another 3-1 loss, by the way, to a relegation candidate. I'm going to really cross now if we score another goal here. We just seem to be doing too little too late. And we're not going to score goals like that either. I can't believe Ollie McBurney's got a hat-trick in this game. That's just horrendous. Pjanic then. Cause some mayhem in the penalty area for us, will you? Ball to the far post. Cleared. Falcao's got to hit this. Someone's got to hit this and off the post. Oh, it's not going to be our day when we're not scoring those opportunities. Oh, my word. I mean, the tactical changes did help at the end there. We had so many more shots and it's not quite as bad as the FMing we got against... Was it Derby where we had the FMing? I think it was Derby, the FMing. Rip. But that's 2 games now against 2 relegation candidates we've lost. And obviously, all the teams above us in the table we do very well against. Like I said earlier, Leicester, Birmingham, Oxford, Coventry were all above us. Birmingham just below us actually, I think level on points. But everyone else here was above us. And then we do really well there. And then Derby and Hull, bottom of the table and 18th, we lose to them. Charlton next, have they gone up? They've dropped to 18th, Charlton. This has got to be a win. Edmondson wants to go out on loan. Yeah, you can go on loan. I don't care about you, fella. Off you go, fella. We'll sort you out in January, mate. Not sacked just yet. Championship's not for you, Tom. Stick to League One. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, we'll swap out McGree for the next game. Completely agree with that one. That needs to be done. Same formation for too long. We keep tweaking things all the time. Maybe we're tweaking things too much, maybe. What are your thoughts on the new UI? I quite like the new UI, personally. It definitely took some getting used to. 100% whilst I was playing through the alpha and early parts of the beta. Definitely takes some getting used to. Just seen that Charlton, by the way, have lost 4 of their last 5. They're going to win 5-0 next game, aren't they? But I do quite like the new UI. I just like how it feels fresh. It's, you know, it's something new to look at, something different. And I think it does work quite well. Oh my word, a consortium completes the Middlesbrough takeover. It's been done. A consortium led by London-based investor Trevor Bull has successfully completed a takeover of Middlesbrough, replacing former chairperson Steve Gibson. Bull revealed that he was relieved by the deal and indicated he wanted to make a difference for the fans at the Riverside Stadium. Excellent. Now, did we say Trevor Bull was the owner of Altrincham? Or was he Scarborough? Trevor Bull. Let me just Google him again. Yep, Scarborough. Now, I'll be honest, I am concerned that the owner of Scarborough has bought Middlesbrough. Now, I suppose he's got the money to buy the club, apparently, so that's quite good. But has he got the money to back us in the transfer market? I'll be honest, no. £700,000 is not going to cut it. Although he has actually put about £10 million into the club here. Because we were, in fact, more than that. We were on minus 10 million. Is that what it's saying? No, if 13 million is put in, look. £13 million is put in this month. This month, the money has come from other. Yeah, he's come in and he's put almost 14 million in. Anyway, that's going to just run away quickly because we're still not actually making any more money, are we, to be fair? But it's a reprieve, isn't it? It's a reprieve. Sign Lincoln's best players. I'd want to give them more than the budget we've got. Club vision hasn't actually changed. Okay. Well, look, we just need to get to January. And then once we get to January, we can try and bring someone in. We've now got... Wait, what? It was 950k beforehand as well. Did I read the thing wrong? Oh. Well, it says 700k has been pumped into the club. I think it was £13.7 million that was pumped into the club, and a new transfer budget has been calculated. Okay, so we've still only got about £1 million to spend. Oh, we need to sell. We need to sell players desperately. Get them off the wage bill. Malander's going to come back into the team, of course, as well. Who's a leading championship player. He's doing very well at Charlotte. He's actually got a bit of pace on him as well, which would be very handy. So I'm looking forward to this guy coming into the team. He comes back from a loan at Charlotte. How's the league looking? Yeah, we are dropping away from the playoffs just a little bit. We'll have a look at the table in a second. Charlton, 2 days' time. Boston winning the FA Cup second round. Congrats to Boston in the second round of the FA Cup. They beat Doncaster 1-0. Huge for Boston. I hope they get a big tie somewhere. We are now 8th place. We are 4 points off the playoffs. Lord, we're slowly starting to drift away from the top 6. We have to beat Charlton. Charlton are 19th. Derby actually have now won 3 in a row, by the way. Derby have. So them beating us has really kicked things on for them a little bit. Any clauses to sell? We sold all the clauses already that were available, like Morgan Rogers and there was someone else. There might be more, to be fair. Yeah, I know Wednesday 6th is crazy, isn't it? Kitty, hello, good to see you. Welcome in. Recruitment clauses. Any more to sell? Alex Gilbert, £78,000 is not going to cut it. Oh, that's paying out money as well. We need to look at ins. Jed Spence, what could we sell? 1.5 million. Yeah, I'm tempted to do that. I'm tempted. Finn Azaz. Oh! We could get 2.4 million for Finn Azaz. Oh, 4.6 as well here. These are updated. How much is he worth, Finn? Look, we're not going to play this. This is we're playing through the beta, aren't we? We're playing this through the beta. We're not going to be doing this like massively long term. Just sell it. I want the money now. Sell. Sell the clause. Finn Azaz. Sell the clause. 2.4. We may as well do the Jed Spence as well. 1.5 million. Get that in. We need to bring some bodies in. 1.5 million for Tavernier as well. My God. These weren't available previously. 2.2 million pounds there. Go. Get gone. We need the money. Zach Hemming. I'm not bothered about that one for 39,000 pounds. Right, so now what have we got recruitment-wise? I think we need to press continue. Oh, yeah, because now the news items come through saying... So that's 4.6, 5.7, that is 8.5, that is 10. We should have about 12.5, 13 million or so to spend now. Excuse me. 3.4, what are you on about? I just sold all his clauses to get the budget. What are you on about? There's only 3.4 million. Oh, it's because 20% of transfer revenue is made available. Oh, no. There was not a good thought process there. We should have sorted that out beforehand. Oh, no. Worked out well. Look, I'm going to put some of this into the weight. No, I'm not going to do it. No, because that... No. I mean, financially, the club must be laughing now. Surely. Must be £15 million in the bank they've got now. And they can't give us more budgets. Okay. Right, board requests. Finances, let's increase percentage transfer revenue, please. The ball will let you know shortly. Great. Finances, can we increase the transfer budget, please? And finances, can we increase the wage budget, please? Thank you. Oh, I've got a bloody match to play first as well. Yeah, rookie error. I should have checked it first. I do agree. Bangora, you're going to play. We'll keep Naipan on for this match. We'll get Neto back on as well. Maybe give Jones a game, because he can't do much worse than Fry. Oh, Britain's now on an orange injury. Amazing. Still 4 weeks away, though. Okay. We have to be beating Charlton now. We've got to be beating Charlton. Yeah, we'll look for Tomiyasu. I mean, we can't actually properly get him registered into the team until January anyway. Right, we've got to win this one. In game, weirdly, the captain is Hackney, and he was presented to me as the in-game captain, which is strange because I know in reality it is Fry as the captain, but Hackney's our captain in game because that was just what it was by default. So, we're away from home. Are we recording from loan? Recording because you look better than Target to me as a more defensive option when we're trying to play more defensively on that side. We've actually changed things quite massively, so actually maybe Target is the better player to play on the left-hand side as more of a full-back, wing-back, but Neto's been good. Neto's been good. Yeah, Foot Manager does some good charity work, to be fair, actually. Right, Luke Ayling bringing the ball forwards for us here. Gets past his man. Finds Whittaker in front of him, who jinks inside. Finds Hackney running through the middle. Naipan in front of him. Naipan, sorry, I don't know why I keep getting it wrong. Bangora and Borges combined. Bangora out wide, trying to make his mark on the game. He's not started for a while. He's come off the bench a few times and looked good, but he needs to have a good game here if he wants to nail down that left wing spot on a permanent basis. And he's done well to help Tommy Conway score the first goal of the game. He couldn't score from the spot last time out, but he scores from a yard or two out there. Game speed is just 1 times. I think we do get a little bit lucky with a few deflections coming in our favour here in all of this. Hackney putting that through there. And yeah, the Charlton defender kind of ducks out the way a little bit there, doesn't he, to be fair? Park the bus. We can't be doing parking the bus a minute into the game. We've got to at least wait till 10 minutes before we park the bus. You may have been right, though. You genuinely might have been right with parking the bus, though, because Charlton are coming forwards right now. If they score, I owe you an apology. Because they're working the ball nicely into the D. They've got the... Whew, that was too close. That was too close. Centre-backs is what we need. Can you still access the squad depth screen this year? I can't say I've looked for it. I can't recall saying I've seen it. I guess the squad planner is kind of your squad depth screen to an extent. But I know what you mean. This game's hurt your feelings. Why is that? Oh, positive. Where is it? Where is the squad depth screen then? Because I don't think I've actually looked for it, to be fair. The Karenka strat. Score 1 early and defend the game for all our lives and win 1-0. I mean, that might be what we have to do going forwards, to be fair, to try and win some games, especially against the lower teams down in the league. It's in recruitment. Okay. Oh, Luke Ayling has now picked up an injury and we've just not got any more right-backs. Dale Fry can play right-back. Okay, we'll have to put Fry there then, aren't we? And make you a full-back, not a wing-back. There we go. Let's give that a go then. Mobile version will be coming, yes. So Fry playing at wing back here is got a bit of a tough job for him now. Britain is still a few weeks away from injury, so I'm not really sure what we're going to do at right back for a little while. Even if we signed Tomiyasu on a free right now, we couldn't register him until January, I believe, anyway. So he wouldn't be able to play. It goes in. Bangura gets his first goal of the season. And that was just a comedy of errors there, maybe, for the Charlton defence. And just watching that trickle over the line when maybe someone should have put a foot in there for Charlton to stop it. But Whittaker's left foot takes it onto Bangura's head. His header takes it across goal. A crow just falls down the line. And these two defenders should have done something more there, potentially. Silvera is right back cover in real life. Interesting, okay. Tom, can you open the basement door? I need to pee. No, go in the corner. Where you usually go. Keep working. And don't come back till you're done. You've embarrassed me publicly. Ellen Sar's my editor. He's working the video right now for us. We need production to be at full speed ahead. Brazilian Fury, mate, good to see you. Welcome into the chat. Hope you're doing well. You joined at a good time. We're 2-0 up here. We've lost our last 2 in a row against relegation candidates. A penalties bug. I missed 7 in a row now with different players. I wouldn't say that. I mean, I've missed 1, I think. I've scored more than I've missed. But that does seem mental, to be fair. It's the best way to develop youth talents. If they're not good enough for your first team yet, you want to be sending them out on loan, making sure they're getting plenty of game time at decent teams where they're playing well, getting good match ratings, training well. If they're in your team, making sure they're getting plenty of minutes. Very similar ways as to how you'd expect a player to develop in real life, I suppose. Good ball from Bangura, cleared by the defenders. Oh, but it's blocked by Conway, and Whittaker makes it 3. Okay, this game's won. This game's won. I'm happy with this. We'll take this result. Outstanding goal from Morgan Whittaker. Yeah, I mean, on the grounds that I'm managing Middlesbrough, we haven't been Wunderkid hunting too much so far. But it's something I need to investigate a little bit more going forwards. Still learning the ropes of the tactics and things. That's changed massively. And we're getting, to grips with it a little bit more today, I think. The aim of the game today was to concede less goals than we have been doing. And I think with the tweaks that we have been making, excuse me as I'm burping away here, that has been working. Right. A foul cow. Time to come on. Kante, on you come. We'll give Target a little run out there as well. Edmondson should play a little bit. We might need him to play a little bit soon, actually, potentially. If Fry's going to have to play it right back, so it only comes for Jones. And Pjanic as well. Oh, I've already made too many subs. Okay, well, I won't make any more then. Alan Brown's not actually registered in the first team at the moment. Because this Middlesbrough team have like a massive first team. So we've got 25 players registered. But Alan Brown isn't one of them, unfortunately. I don't think every game's close in XG. I think we've seen a lot of games where it's been very one-sided, to be fair. Okay. Charlton. With a chance at the end here, I'd love to keep a clean sheet here, but we've not been able to in the last few games. Good blocking on the line there. Good save. Okay. Might be our first clean sheet for like 5 games or so. Maybe only our 3rd or 4th of the season. We've not got many of them. But we're slowly getting there defensively, I think. We'll look at the analysis after this game, actually. We'll look at some of the... what's it called? Data analyst stuff. Data Hub, that's the word. That's the thing. Data Hub. We'll look at some of that. We'll look at just the raw numbers as well. And see what we're conceding in like the last 5 compared to the previous 5, for example. And see if we are making progress here defensively. Because I think we've been better defensively, if I'm honest with you. But I also could be lying to you massively. Kante has a shot. Saved by the keeper. Goes behind for a corner. I'd like to get this game done now. Fry's done pretty well at right back, actually. It's coming on a 7.1 rating at 7.1 rating at right back. It's been okay. Come on, I need to keep a clean sheet here. We need to keep a clean sheet. Cleared, only as far as Middlesbrough attackers though. Oh, it's offside somehow. It must have taken a deflection along the way there off a player who was stood in an offside position. That's lucky. That's quite fortunate. But I'll take the clean sheet. Yeah, come on then. Not many clean... In fact, I think all our clean sheets have been... I think this is our 4th clean sheet. But the 3rd clean sheet we've had where we've won 3-0. Well done. Great win for us there. That was really important we got that win as well, because 2 losses on the bounce was frustrating. And now we're back to just being a point behind the playoffs. And Preston now are starting to eke themselves out in front. They're 6 points clear of Oxford in 2nd place. Preston, of all teams, to the Premier League. Insane. Right, into the portal. Whittaker impresses for Middlesbrough. And superior finishing provides the cutting edge for Middlesbrough. Ailing injury. How long is this injury? It is a twisted ankle, so it won't be very long. Oh, 3 weeks. If for injections, well, even for physio, okay. Thankfully, not too bad there as well. Okay, so just on raw numbers then. In the last 5 games that we've played, we've conceded 3, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 goals in the last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and the 5 before then was 1, 5, 6, 7, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So we are doing better defensively. This would suggest we are doing slightly better defensively since making those tweaks, right? It might not be a big enough sample size, but I think that suggests we're going in the right direction. The Data Hub. If we look at our team defending, we're performing above average in defensive statistics. So Clean sheets, 4 of them, which is below the league average actually. And we are conceding more than the league average, but it's okay. They're quite important ones, aren't they? But we're not making as many fouls. We're stopping final third. Yeah. The fact we're pretty low on final third passes against per game. And opposition passes per defensive action is low. I'm thinking that's a good thing. It is concerning that they are, I think it's probably the quality of our centre-backs then, which aren't very good. That is maybe what I'm getting from this. Are you getting anything different, chat? My understanding from that is it's just that our defenders aren't very good. Maybe. Because they're not winning possessions, they're not tackling much. Low pace in defence is the reason. That's why we dropped the line earlier on, and we have been better since going from a high line to a standard line, actually. That is true. We've been less susceptible to balls over the top and things like that, which is good. So I think we're making progress. Choose visuals, defensive, defending. Interesting. So, blocks per game, clearances per game. And we are in the area for fewer blocks, fewer clearances. However, up here as well are Birmingham and Coventry and Norwich. Norwich are 4th in the table. Coventry are 2nd, 3rd. And Birmingham are 12th. Okay. So we're in the same area as these top 4 teams here. So actually, the reason we're having few blocks and few clearances is because we're actually not conceding too many chances. Which makes it even more frustrating that we're conceding so many goals. Because we're a derby. Like Derby here, with lots of clearances, because there's lots of pressure on there, but not making too many blocks. Could also be a result of high possession in midfield as well. That's also true. Yes. Defensive. Pressing intensity. What's this then? Pressing intensity. So we are in high number of opposition passes per defensive action, higher defensive line positioning. To be honest with you, that kind of reads to be like... Because passes per defensive action is the number of passes the opposition make before you make a defensive action, right? So we want to be over here, don't we? Oh no, we are low. We're very low on opposition passes per defensive action. So we want to be down on this lower bit here, don't we? But we've got a very high defensive line then. Okay. So maybe we need to drop the line. No, not drop the line again. Maybe this is sort of fixing itself slowly, because we were playing a high line. We switched about 5 games ago to a more standard line, right? So maybe we were more where Leicester are here, for example, maybe. But I think this is good. I think it means we are getting stuck in earlier into the opposition moving forwards at the pitch. Someone said goalkeepers. Let's have a good goalkeeper, shall we? Goalkeeping. We're right in the middle. So we face an average amount of shots and we concede an average amount of goals, apparently. I think this doesn't tell us all that much, I don't think, really, if I'm honest with you. We want to be up. Wait, I think this is backwards. I think this is backwards because Derby County are in impenetrable defence and quiet defence. This has to be backwards. This has to be backwards because Derby are bottom of the table. There's no way they've got impenetrable defence and quiet. This one has to be backwards, I think, actually, to be fair. It doesn't really matter for us because we're right in the middle, I suppose, does it? So I think this is backwards. So actually, down here is really good. Our goalkeeper numbers do stand out just a bit. We concede more goals per match than average. We face fewer shots. So this, yeah, the goalkeeper's also crap then, basically, is what they're saying. Basically. This isn't very useful having it like this, is it? If we go back to the league table. Oh, I've clicked on the wrong thing there. And we look at XG table. Yeah, so again, this is also another bug in the game right now. This is also bugged out. So we've got an XG of 32 and an XG against of 25. And currently we've scored 41 but conceded 32. So we are way outperforming our XG, which is great, but our XG against is quite poor. Although we are in a bit more reasonable of an area now. Before it was like really quite bad. A lot of teams were conceding a lot less than us, but now we're like on par with Watford and Portsmouth, and to an extent Norwich. Ipswich doing really well, Preston doing really well as well too. So we're getting better. Are there any other tactical tweaks I want to make out of possession? All instructions. Out of possession. Do I want to even drop that defensive line? Do we want to even go lower on the defensive line here? We're very hype on goals conceded. We'll double check that in a second. Chat, what do you think about defensive line? Do we stick with standard or do we go lower to really try? Cause we've got no pace in the back line. I think our fastest centre back's got like 12. Your sides are weaker, I think, in defence. Actually, we should look at the analysis of where we concede goals from, shouldn't we? Standard is what's being said in the chat. I play on lower, it helps. Lower invites too much pressure. I mean, we just did keep a clean sheet on standard. Maybe I'm overreacting a little bit here. We'll stick to standard for now. Just go back quickly to match day. Let's go back to the data hub. Let's go to this. Yeah, so we're conceding from central, very much central areas. Oh, I see. So this is the penalty area here. So we're conceding centrally in the penalty area. And you're right, Henry. Maybe playing a halfback here would help with stopping conceding goals from this area. So is that something we look to change? Helps have a fullback tuck into DM while one of them pushes up as a box-to-box midfielder. Interesting. And they're placed shots, 23 placed shots. We're doing well creating chances. We create lots of clear-cut chances, which is good. So now if we clicked on the wrong thing, tactics. Play through at the back? Nah, I don't want to play through at the back. I don't think having a pressing defensive midfielder is helping us out here. I think having the pressing guy go forward is maybe creating those spaces potentially. If we just change into a DM for now, because I don't want to have him drop back and sort of leave Hackney on his own. Frustratingly, it's not actually half. I mean, I guess halfback is dropping defensive midfielder, isn't it? Maybe that's what we should be using, maybe, potentially. So let's leave him as a DM for now. So a DM and DM. And in possession, do we make him the deep line playmaker instead in possession? And then we have more box to box here with Hackney. Is that something that's a little bit more focused? And maybe actually Ayling just becomes a fullback. Although he's injured for a bit, isn't he? And actually, we've got to play a centre-back now, haven't we? Because Callum Britton is coming back from injury. He's still 4 weeks away. So Fry's going to have to play at right back for a bit. So I think him being a fullback is better, really. So who goes on the bloody bench at this point? Not many people. Oh, I forgot about Rossman. He's just come back from injury as well, isn't he? How bad's his injury been? He has been out for a little while, but he's coming back soon, is Tim Rossman. That's good. We've missed him, actually, to be fair. Yeah, you're probably right, actually, to be fair. You're probably right. About the deep line playmaker being the screening midfielder. You're probably right. Let's maybe change those around. That does make more sense, if I'm honest with you. And not got a good stamina for a wing back anymore in real life. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, he's been a weak link for us in this team. I cannot wait to have Callum Britton back. He's going to be so good when he's back. I guess in the meantime on the bench, I get Tim. How long? Yeah, get Tim Rossman back on there for now then, and see how he does for a little bit. But I'm looking forward to getting back a few other the more defensive-minded players. Robertone, not miles away. Back to full training tomorrow, Robertone. Good. Let's get you on the bench instead of Sene. Amazing. Cool. Right. We've made some changes there tactically. We haven't changed to a lower line just yet. Well, let's see how we perform in this next game before we think about lower lines. But QPR coming up next will be good fun. Robertone off the bench will be really good, actually. So we're at QPR on the table. A few games happening now. That's kept us in 8th place. A point off Sheffield Wednesday in 6th. Okay. QPR in 17th place. Again, we've got to be winning this, haven't we? We've got to be winning this. Board requests. Okay. Percentage of transfer revenue is apparently fine. They have increased our transfer budget to 7 million. That's good going into January. 7 million's nice. I'd like an increase in the wage budget, please. Discuss with the board. To keep the best players rather than risk losing them on free transfers. We'll just say that, shall we? The wage structure is good enough for you to get business done here. It's really important I implore you to reconsider. We won't change anything. If this isn't requested, if his grant isn't requested, I can see the club being left behind by our rivals. We aren't willing to do it. Come on, show some ambition. Okay, I'm not going to threaten my job here. We're not getting an increase to the wage budget. What about transfer revenue, though? Discuss with the board. Greater room to manoeuvre, strong financial position. I mean, I made the financial position very strong by selling clauses that you never gave me the budget for. Yeah, as a reward for raising a considerable profit for the club. After all, I did help bring that much of that revenue in. You've earned the right to trust us with more money to spend. Thank you. Okay, so we get a higher revenue Percentage 35%. Great. This board doesn't deserve you. They don't, do they? They don't. I do all the work for them by selling clauses. We'll take 7 million. Right, transfer recruitment focus. Tomiyasu was on there, wasn't he? Wanted by 11 clubs. Can we talk to his agent now? Now that we're not in an embargo state, we can talk to his agent, actually. He wants 16 to 20,000 pound a week. That's really not bad. Can you bring the wage down a little bit? 15 to 18. I'm thrilled by that. Now, before we do it, I do want to make sure we... So we need an extra £74,000 a week in the wage budget. We're currently spending 703, so we need this to go up to 703. How do I adjust the budgets again? Recruitment budgets. Oh yeah, adjust the budget here. Oh, that's scouting. So this needs to go up to 700. If we do that though, it takes us down to 2.8 million. But if we do that, then we can give Tomiyasu a contract. If we don't do that, do I want to run the risk of that not working? Actions, approach to sign, regular starter. Let's just try and get rid of some of these. I'm happy for game promotion, that's fine. Suggest, finalise, negotiate. It lets us offer 12 at the most. Let's go 12. And drop the appearance fee to 5. And get rid of that. And he's not going to like us at all, is he? But this is the best I can do, fella. Given the circumstances. If I lock in... we can always come back in. We're very early in December. We can come back in a few weeks' time. The very best I can do... Oh, we actually would do it. For a £9,000 appearance, which we can't do. Lock that in. Yearly wage rise. 10% wouldn't be bad. Although I can't choose 10% because it's just come up with this weird thing here. So, I think he's got it yellow locked into that maybe. Oh no, I can't. I've got to... I should remove it. We have to remove and exclude that. No, okay. Look, we will adjust the... we'll have to adjust the budgets a little bit here. We'll have to adjust the budgets and come back in for him in 2 weeks' time kind of thing. Remember, we have to come back in 2 weeks' time. Do you want to go on... Yeah, go to Kidderminster on loan, fella. Right, I just saw the youth intake preview come through. Wow, it's looking good. 3 centre-backs, A rating. Centre-mids. I mean, let's see how... This could be like FM24, where... It tells you you've got an amazing youth intake preview coming through. 5 stars, apparently, a golden generation. Let's see how good they actually are. All right, let's see how good they actually are. I don't trust it yet. They'll come through in like March time, so it's a little while yet. But the youth intake preview looks good. And hopefully... we do get someone coming through who's like a Lamine Yamal. Because it'd be nice to use one of them early doors, wouldn't it? It'd be nice. I had 6 outstanding at Nordschland with that Golden Generation tag. Well, let's hopefully something good comes through this season. And I want a Lamine Yamal type player to help us out there. So I don't think I want to make a change to the team that won in the last game, actually, because they were really, really quite good. We've made a few changes to the midfield, a few changes. Did we make any team instruction changes at all? No, we kept defensive line standard, didn't we? Oh, trigger the press more often. Let's drop that from much more often to more often. Yeah, whatever it is. I can't remember the wording. Okay, that'll be good then. Let's go for it. Let's go to the match. Make these changes. Are Lincoln doing well this season? We are doing well. I haven't actually looked at the league table since we lost at the weekend, but we were in their playoff kind of mix at the moment, which is nice. Whenever Lincoln lose, I just don't look at the league table because I don't want to know. When we win, I'm all over it. but we lost at the weekend, so I didn't want to look. Right, QPR down in 17th place, I believe, so this has to be a win. This needs to be a win for us. Solbrin's been okay. He's not been brilliant, but I think just generally we haven't quite got defensive structures nailed down just yet. Borough historically produced top youth players. To be fair, I did notice actually a lot of players sold on by Middlesbrough at least that we were selling clauses for were pretty decent. Rika Hackett's doing very well this season actually, had a very good start. He's been decent. I'm finding this FM harder. It is more difficult, but I think it's because the tactics have changed so much. I'm quite enjoying learning about it and trying to find something that works really well. Right, Bangora. Left-footed ball into the middle. And Alfie Jones? I've been calling him Alan Jones since the start, I think. Why have I been calling him Alan Jones? I'm pretty sure. Did Alan Jones? I think Alan Jones was an F1 driver at one point, maybe. I need to Google this now. Yeah, Alan Jones was the Australian F1 driver. And he won the F1 World Drivers' Championship in 1980 with Williams. That's who I've got in my head, apparently. Not Alfie Jones, Alan Jones. How's that gone in? Disallowed, disallowed. Foul in the process. Good. Good. Well, I like the idea that Alan Jones, the 1980 F1 World Champion with Williams from Australia, is in our team in the back line. Key highlights, although they do feel longer, don't they? They do feel like more like extended. Imagine how much better performance you start using his actual name. Exactly. He must be so upset and annoyed with me. Every day in training, I go up to him and say, Alan, you all right, Alan? And every day he's like, why do you not call me by my real name? And I just laugh at him. What do you mean your real name, Alan? It is Alan. No, Alan Jones wasn't in my head, but actually Alan Jones would have been a good shout. It was all... Naipan. Showing us why he should be starting games again. Because he started the season quite well. And then Robertone came in, which meant that Strelic started playing more games. And Naipan's kind of been pushed to the side a little bit, but that was a good goal. And I think we are making progress here. I will keep calling him Alan. I won't remember it's Alfie. I had to think about that then. I was about to say Alfred. Alfie. We are making Although QPR have had 6 shots, they've not been good quality shots. We've not really seen them have a highlight yet, do we? Why don't you turn the game speed up? Because I think 1.25 looks way too fast. There's elements of one that look way too slow, like some of the passes look like really just like slow motion, but I prefer this, so there we go. We came into this game 8th in the table, I believe, just outside the playoffs. Good save, good save. You have been calling him Alfie Jones, you're getting confused with Alan Brown. I don't know. I'm going to try and remember Alfie, but I think it's going to revert back to Alan at some point. If we look at the Live League table, can we click into this card? The Live League table has us 8th place still, although that's not live because we start the game on 34 points, so it's not quite live. Yeah, okay, it now shows... This bit shows us live. Click into it, doesn't show us live, interestingly. We're up to 6th as things stand right now. Happy with your passing out there, it's been good. 2-0 up, we'll take it. Bangora gets the ball straight away. Of course, it's a kick-off highlight. I was about to get excited then. It's just a kick-off highlight. There we go. Conway is not in the best of form. Maybe Strelic needs to come on soon to go up front again. He's been dropped the last couple of games or so. Of course, Falcao's going to have to come off the bench at some point too. I was going to bring on Robertone, but with Naipan's goal, No, we should still do it. Robertone does need to get a bit of match sharpness into him now, doesn't he? He was maybe our most lethal player, to be fair. So we should maybe try and get the most lethal player back on the pitch. Paul Smith gets past his man. Forwards into the penalty area. Takes that shot, but it's only just wide, to be fair. It was curling. I think we'll make some changes early. In the attack. On the grounds that we just don't have any defenders to bring on the pitch at the moment. Edmondson we could bring on. And maybe we should do that. For Lenihan. Rossman can get back in the game. Let's give him a bit of a run out there. Alongside Robertone. And Strelic 2 up front. Sorry Falcao, you're going to miss this one, I'm afraid, fella. I'm enjoying the game. I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. I like the challenge of trying to learn the new tactic system and try and make things work. I agree. I think people are complaining. No, it's a bit harsh to say. I think people aren't giving the UI enough of a chance yet. Like, there were people on, like, you know, playing an hour of the beta and were like, I'm refunding the game because I hate the UI. I mean, that seems harsh. That is also a poor goal to concede, but thankfully it's offside and disallowed. I quite like the UI. There are issues with it. Like we said at the half-time, it shows the live league table in such a small box. You click on it, it doesn't show the live league table. Like, there's things like that that need to be ironed out. So it's certainly not perfect. Things need to be ironed out, but I do quite like it. I am enjoying the game quite a bit. I'm enjoying the challenge of it. It's nice to have something fresh. And I'm also learning more about the players again, which is quite good fun if I'm honest with you. In the Forest save that we're doing on, like, the main channel as videos, we signed Mohamed Ali Cho. I had no idea that he moved to Nice and has been there the last 2 seasons, because he's always been in, for me, in FM 24, he starts at Real Sociedad, right? So for me, he's just at Real Sociedad. I had no idea he'd moved on. It's QPR's like away kit, which is green as opposed to blue. That's why. Middlesbrough. With the ball forward, over to Strelic. Robertone and Strelic combining once again. Offside, though. A lot of offside goals in this game, aren't there? And the 3 subs that came on in the attack haven't really done much yet with a 6.7 rating. But Rossman and Robertone, it's their first game for a while, isn't it? Yeah, people do seem to forget it's a beta. And there's always been bugs in the betas of 23 and 24 and things like that. But because the game feels more familiar there, I think you sort of look over them a little bit more because things are different here. There's a few more of them probably. That's annoying to concede. And actually, we need to be careful now with 15 minutes to go, to be fair. I agree, Mike. I agree. I think there's so much potential with this game. And this is like the first iteration of what they can do. I expect yeah, I'll say it. I think I expect to see quite a big change for FM27 when they get so much data from how we play the game here. I expect them to be a massive change. And then the sky's the limit because they seem to say that the limit, weren't they, of their old engine. And now that the very flaw of this new one. So I'm excited for it. And also your true Mr. Enforcer. Yes, that is also very true. Right. Alfie Jones, not Alan Jones, finds Morris in front of him. Robertone, Strelic, Rossman. The guys coming back from injury have lost possession. Oh, no. Oh, no. The guys coming back from injury have lost possession. And now Richard Kone is through. Solbrin with a huge save there. Whew. We'll take that. 5 minutes of added time. We just need to hold on here. I was about to say we've been the better team, actually, but I've just seen the match stats. QPR have been all over us today. Higher XG, more shots, way more shots on target. But we seem to have done things there and done well with it. Middlesbrough 2, QPR 1. Thank you very much for the win. Nice work. It's good to win games even when we're not at our best. And that puts us up to 5th in the table now. So after a little bit of a shakiness there against the likes of Derby and Hull, where we had losses to those two teams, that was rather frustrating. We have got ourselves back in this playoff mix, and Preston now seem to be losing a couple of games. Because we're now 6 points behind Preston. We were like 10 points behind them at one point, surely. We were quite far behind them. So this championship table is looking very tasty for us. No one is able to get ahead. And in fact, Leicester, oh my word, they were top of the table by like 6 points at one point, weren't they, remember? And they're down there now. Coventry have dropped behind us as well. No one can stay on top of the table for long. Is there a way to see past positions? I don't think there is at the moment. League stage XG table, no. No, there's not. Last 5 games is cool though. We're only 11th in the last 5 games. That's pretty bad. But Derby, down in the relegation zone, 3rd in the last 5 games. Oxford are having a great time. But Leicester, 22nd in the last 5 games. They were top of the table. Coventry down in 18th. It could be worse for us, you know. I keep complaining every now and again, don't I? But that's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Right. Okay, we've got 3 more games until January. It is 10 o'clock now. We are going to be finishing things up there this evening. But I think we've made progress here. We've made progress. And we have stopped conceding quite as many goals. We do seem to be a little bit better defensively. And I think we are slowly starting to make things work. January transfer window is right around the corner. We've got 7 million to spend there, although I think I am going to adjust the wage budgets down a little bit so we can sign Tomiyasu. Remind me to do that in the next stream. We're going to be back here on Wednesday evening. Probably the earlier time, around 6ish, I would imagine, on that Wednesday evening stream. So that'll be good fun as well. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in this evening. Have a lovely rest of your evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will speak to you all soon. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Goodbye.